All right. Good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if I sound okay, let me know. Please listen extra close, though. I do have the fan once again blowing on me, and I know you guys say it doesn't matter, but I'm always paranoid about that. So, yeah, give me a 1 in the chat if I sound okay audio wise. Kevin, Jocko, James, Reward, Greg, Netnob, Steve Young. All right, Hoover. Well, that's good news, and I'll take it. Well, perfect. Well, first off, thank you, everybody that is watching this in the archive. But if you want to continue to watch this in the archive, then this is totally viewer supported. So code Clay, all caps with any of these prop firms. Again, case sensitive, so it's got to be all caps. I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader. So I appreciate you guys watching this in the archive after, it's completed. But like I said, if you want to have something to continue to watch, you want to save yourself some money. So save yourself some money by using code Clay and help support the stream. So, and everybody that has used code Clay, I thank you very much, including obviously all of those of you that are here live right at this very moment. In fact, you guys are the reason why it'll be ad-free from this point forward. So, all right. Before you look at this number, I want to tell everybody, just let everybody calm down. We need to talk at 11. We need to talk. We need to have a talk that today has been not good. Not good. Overall fine from a numbers perspective because prop firms are crazy, but like the psyche and everything, yeah, today has not been good at all. Yeah, now I'm not saying it's not, today has not been a disaster, but it has also not been good in the least. So remind me at 11 a.m. Clay, we got to have the talk. There is definitely a talk. Some days most days there is no talk, thankfully, because usually I only do the talks on days like this because this is usually where some learning lessons can come in. But yeah. So let me put it this way: unless I shape up, I'm not liking the odds that this account right here survives. This account that I'm trading right now, I think could very well go to the graveyard today. We'll see what happens. But again, it was not a disaster today. It was close, very close to a disastrous day, but thankfully Marky the market maker he decided to show me a little bit of pity. But anyways, I didn't even do the normal introduction yet. That's how bad it was. I forgot to even do the normal introduction. But good morning, everybody. It is Monday, July 6th. The year is 2026. And hopefully everybody, okay, actually right now, give me the number in the chat. I want you to tell me right now how many fingers you have at this moment. So I'll start things off 10. I still got 10. So give me in the chat the number of fingers that you still have after this weekend. Okay, good, Raspberry. Glad to see that. Reward's a freak. Uh-oh, dented dummy. Uh-oh, Mitmon had an accident. We got some truly dented baboons out there. Good, I'm liking the 10s. That was definitely the goal. Let me put it this way. From a trading perspective, you had a very green 4th of July if you're showing up and able to type the number 10 here. Because, yeah, couple of these people, apparently, it was not, well, I guess maybe this was from like a previous thing, but on a random note, never run and jump off docks. I know somebody, so actually my wife's roommates, my wife's, this is where things go. My wife's college roommate's husband, he is missing a toe because he was running on a dock, and when he jumped, like his toe got stuck in something on the dock, and yeah, his toe stayed there, his body continued on. Just basic physics. So I will never run on a dock. Ever. I will never run and jump off a dock. Ever. Hey, Kevin. Yes, yeah. But yeah, how was everybody's 4th of July? Right now, not a whole lot going on. In fact, this is going to be, I don't know if I'm going to make it 4 hours on the live stream, if this is what we're going to do for the next 4 hours. This is going to be kind of hard to talk about. So hopefully we eventually get some sort of movement. Yeah, but right now, are you going to trade or you're not going to trade? It's just not, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to do right now from a trading perspective. You can do better, MT Ski. I mean, you got to do better than that. I know you can do better. You've had at the bell. It was interesting with the I. Yeah. Today, I don't know what it was. I don't know. Well, I mean, I kind of know what, but yeah, like I said, we got to talk at 11. It was good. Went to a pool party. Can't live in fear. Still have most. Yeah. Well, I'll call it a risk mitigation. I don't know if it's living in fear. A little fear is a good thing. Just like for us as traders, right? You got to be living in a little bit of fear, but not too much fear though. Zero fear means zero risk management, which means yeah. It's good. I went to see fireworks in Haines City. Cool. Yeah, we went to. So it was pretty cool for us. The electrician that's been working on our house just bought a new building for his business, which is right. Basically, long story short, he was like, "Hey, if you guys want to park in my lot, come on over, come hang out." And it happened to be like right across from basically where they were getting shot off at. So it was really good seats. But what I love about small town America is this, and this is a trade-off that you may disagree with, and that's fine. But you kind of have like a very balanced equation. The better the fireworks show, the more of a pain it is in terms of the more time it sucks out of your day, right? Because that just means you have to show up that much earlier to get quality seats. But then, like the traffic on the way out could potentially be hours. But if you have a less quality show, yeah, there's going to be a lot more flexibility in terms of could you show up right before it starts, and then when you get out, is there not going to be a whole lot of traffic? Where I fall on this scale, I'll take a little lesser of a quality show if that means it's not going to suck up hours and hours and hours of my day, including sitting in traffic trying to get out. I don't know if I've ever made a right-hand turn. I guess a left-hand turn would be more impressive. But anyways, I got out of the park. I mean, it was great. So small town America. Yeah, maybe the budgets aren't as big, so they can't do massive shows. But you know what? It was still a good show. My kids had a good time. My kids were enthralled by it. We were able to not get... I mean, there was a little traffic, don't get me wrong, but nothing like some of the traffic I know exists out there. So that is kind of the trade-off. But some of you are like, no, Clay, I don't mind the traffic at all. If it can be an epic show where it's like a grand finale the whole time, and if I have to sit in 2 hours, 3 hours of traffic after needing to show up 4 hours for good seats, that's worth it for me. Cool. More power to you. Greg Mason, where have you been? Yeah, you've been not in the live stream, but also apparently not in the markets. Yeah, it's made some moves, man. Bought a 12-foot pool. Cool. Fireworks banned here in where's here? Where are fire and I mean aren't fireworks banned in a lot of places, but like isn't there like a video right now whether or not it's AI or real, I guess I don't know. But like LA, they're supposedly banned, but then there's the video showing the skyline and it's like fireworks going up everywhere. Did anybody see that video? I mean, but are they really banned? Like is it enforced? Like I don't know. I think they're banned. Yes, fireworks are banned in Ohio. I definitely grew up with fireworks being shot off in my neighborhood. Are fireworks banned in Michigan? Consumer fireworks, are legal in Michigan, but they're heavily regulated by state law. Okay, all right. So Michigan, they're legal. What about Iowa? Because we definitely had fireworks going off in our neighborhood. Yes, consumer fireworks are okay. Are legal in Iowa. Okay, all right. Well, during specific seasons. Okay, all right. Yeah, and that looks like what Iowa was too. Exception rule, but and they're banned in LA too, but no one cares. Yeah. I am all for like if it's not like 4th of July or something like that. Like I'm all for it, especially because at night they kind of freak out a couple of my kids. Like so if it's yeah, I don't know. April 3rd. It's like what do you do? Like no. banned and enforced. Oh, okay, that does make sense. So in Western Nebraska, I can see that. Like, no, especially this time of year. That makes a lot of sense. All right, well, if I'm thinking this is a range, which it's seeming like it's been, maybe I can take a swipe it along around that yellow line, give or take. But anyways, I do hope you all had a good 4th of July. Hope everybody, like I said, all kidding aside, well, I'm still kind of saying this jokingly, but hopefully nobody is that actually lost a finger. But I'm glad everybody showed back up with 10 fingers still. This is actually helping. This is help. I think this is helping. Just talking with you guys shooting the breeze has pulled back my mind, so I think my mind is chilling out a little bit. I still don't know for sure, but yeah, this is definitely helping. Hey, Dan. Yes, had a great 4th of July. Hey, Timbo. How old is your youngest? Youngest is a little over 2. Mine are 1 and 2. Yeah, I have 6. So oldest is 14, youngest is 2. Mine are 1 and 2. Yeah. No, they'll keep you busy for sure. But there's never a dull moment, that's for sure. Any trades at all, Timbo, or no? Thinking of going in on a margin and trading myself. Because why? Because you've maxed out payments with like all prop firms or something, Greg? Or please don't tell me no. The rules are too hard. I promise you. I promise being able to hold and hope, and being able to kind of act as prop firms won't let you act, Greg. I'm not. I don't think that's the solution. My 2-year-old fell asleep during the fireworks. Sleep is a weird thing. Good to see you, by the way, JBL. But yeah, um, we had some storms in Iowa Friday night, and like a couple of our kids, well, they would have slept through them, but the only reason why is we wanted to take them downstairs because it was windy. But some of them that already slept downstairs, so in other words, they didn't need to get woken up. They're like, wait, what? There's a storm last night? It's like, it's crazy. Up 11K and Apex 250. How many? Oh, Nathan, how many of those accounts were you able to buy? We were having that discussion because it's just like somebody was like said you can only buy one. Is that true? And I asked because if the people that bought 20 of them, yeah, I get it. They were what 1776 per account, but I think people sometimes forget. Like, yeah, even okay, I can't talk right now. Looking for a long here at the yellow line. I'm trying to rebuild discipline right now. So I want to be very, very just cognizant. I think that's what word. I want to be very mentally aware of what I'm telling myself and if I'm following through. Oh my Krista. Krista. It's crazy. Krista's game is off the chart. It really is. Oh my Greg, dude. That's such not a good reason to go risk potentially thousands and thousands of your money, man. Like that is the epitome of lack of patience, especially when you could, in all actuality, again, it would take 5 days at most, but you could spread around multiple prop firms, and yes, it will eventually. It will at upfront. It will take 5 days, but then after that, you could start to stagger things where you're never having to wait again. There are no more 5 days, but it would, in theory, still take 5 days. If you can't wait just simply 5 days, I'm not sure that's going to bode well. I only bought one. Are you allowed to buy more than one? That's the question. Somebody said you can only buy one anyways. Hey, JJ. Morning, Jimmy. No, it's not about that, Kevin. It's the $17 or yeah, $17 to buy it. But then it's going back to Apex's old model, which I'm not sure why they ever abandoned because it was pretty smart. Dirt cheap accounts, and then when if you passed them, then they started like, hey, now pay the activation fee, which is where they made the money. Again, right, Greg. That's why I'm saying you could do the racehorse model. You could get multiple accounts passed, whether that's with Take Profit Trader or other firms, and then you trade one. And especially with Take Profit Trader, if you got multiple accounts passed, and then when you have pro accounts, you could still be having other test accounts. Then if you blow into those pro accounts, well, guess what? You already have another a previous past one just waiting for you. So that's again, yes, there's time up front, which is my point. But your complaint can easily be overcome if you're willing to just be a little bit more patient up front. But in a weird way, I don't know, Greg. Maybe that's I'm not saying it is for you, but for some, I think for quite a few, the 5 days is almost a good thing. Because what's the alternative? The alternative, let's just say you have $20,000, you fund an account with five, you cook it. Well, I don't want to wait 5 days. You fund it again with 5K, but you're still on tilt. No, that's cooked. Well, I don't want to. Well, good thing I don't have to wait 5 days. Load it up with another 5K. It's the 5 day in a weird sense. I can see helping to protect people from, again, all hypotheticals on my part, but I have done some very stupid things with my own cash, and it's just like, had I chilled out, I would not be down what I'm looking at right now. Okay, I mean, we can set TPT aside. Your complaint was against prop firms and the past period. You're like, I think I'm just going to use my own money with and margin it. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Something in their equation says it should be 5 days. What that is, I'm not quite sure. I don't have any access to all their statistics. But regardless, according to what you said, even if it's 2 days, you don't want to use that one. Okay, 11 a.m. reminder. Okay. How do I want to go through this? I don't think this will. Maybe it will show. Let's see. Clay, why don't you think about this head time? Yes, that's kind of proving the point of just how crazy this morning has been. Let's see. Is that how do I okay. So things started off great. In fact, last night there was some good action. I had a couple moments. So I went and I got this race or this horse passed. So this one is now passed. 5308. So that is a passed account now. This one right here already passed, just needed a flip day on it. And this is where we can start to talk. So right here, there is a cooked account. So just to go through the history of things, last night, passed that, feeling great. That's irrelevant, just a quick flip trade. So woke up this morning feeling very, very good. I went and this right here, this is my pro account. This is the racehorse. I am up for a payout. I cannot tell you how it could not have been any close. Okay, I don't know if that's for sure, but it was. I'll just put it this way: it was very close. It was very close to that racehorse needing to be sent off to the glue factory. It was. In fact, I was mentally like, all right, Clay, well, at least it's Monday, so you got enough time to, get a new racehorse fired up, get it to buffer. So I was already starting to mentally cope with it, mentally prepare myself, so I wasn't going to go on racehorse tilt and burn down a lot. And then the market came back, and I put an enter. I'm like, okay, maybe it comes back. But I was in total hold and hope. Okay, we'll see what happens, and it survived. So I was like, okay. Now, this is the one area where I did do something right. Okay, Clay, I'm not quite sure we're doing well this morning. So I that's when I all right, let's just put the pro account aside. And this is why prop firms are great, because I was like, all right, let me now trade in the test, because with the test, at least Yeah, okay, are they for payouts? Not necessarily, but you're still at least making progress towards something. What are you making progress towards? Well, passing the test so that you can eventually turn that into a pro account and get real payouts. Whereas why I don't like demos, right? Demo trading, well, Clay, you could have done all this and traded in a demo. Yeah, but I don't really care about that because I just act like a total degen, and I'm trading like 30 NQs, and if anything, I'm building bad habits, but ultimately, you're not really making progress towards anything. So that's why I fired up a test account. Reason number one, I wanted to protect this. I did not want to potentially risk what I would say was a gift today, that I still have that thing. And I was like, okay, well maybe I'm being too hard on myself, but let me prove it. And no, I went, so not this one though. Went and cooked in an account. Gone. So the very first thing was, well, that was a bummer, but man, I'm glad I didn't keep trading my pro, because if that was my pro, that pro would be cooked. Fired up another one. So another test account. And that's which one we see here. So the reason why you don't see the other one is if you've ever used Take, and I don't know if it's a Take Profit Trader thing or all prop firms, but they're pretty quick at clearing out your accounts. I think they don't want you to be staring at so much red. I'm guessing they want to get those out of there so they can get them out of your mind. So you keep, I don't know. That's speculation. But fired up another one. Here we go. There's that one cooked. So there's my second cooked account. So now I'm thinking, great. Fired up another one. And then right here, you'll notice, again, and by this point, this was 4. Or was it? I can't, no. 4. I don't remember. This is further proof. I don't even remember my trades. So I either full ported with 6 NQs or went with 4. Just 4 is still pretty aggressive. And boom, one trade made that. Which is stupid because it's a 50K account. So my profit, because of the 50% consistency, is 1,500 anyways. So I wasn't even paying attention to that. I made more than I was allowed anyways. So that just continues to show I don't know what side of the bed I woke up on, but it was not the right side. So my point is this. It's been a bad day. It's been a bad day. 2 cooked accounts. This account, and this is the account I'm going to trade, by the way, on the stream. Well, Clay, why are you? Because I am in no way, shape, or form going to fire up another. It's just, I'm not going to. It is what it is. And there's a lot of bad, but I think the math shows that overall, I'm okay. I'm still doing okay. The $200, so that'll walk away with 160, right? Because I get to keep 80% of that. So that's helping with the damage. But again, this account here has done very well. So within the bigger picture, yes, I've cooked a couple accounts, blah, blah, blah. But like the numbers are just fine. But what I'm saying is, had this been my real money today, good grief, it would not be good. It would not be good at all. So it's one of those things where it's been bad. I don't know why. I kind of know why. Some of this was just, so one account got cooked right here, came down, and I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. And it was one of those things where like, if this goes straight green, it's going to be painful. And lo and behold, it was straight green. Big red followed by straight back up. I think the 5-minute does a really good job of showing this, but like right here, the 5-minute, see these, especially this one, long lower shadows. That's where things get pretty tricky. So it was just, I'm clearly not jiving. That right there should have been cooked. Should have been cooked. Thank you, Marky. And then, the next 2 were cooked. And then this account, it full ported, degen, like, no, it wasn't a terrible setup. I mean, I took a good setup and hey, a good setup worked out. But it was still a very, very aggressive swing. And I lost track of it and made too much anyways. So by the end of this day, I'm going to have to lose some of this anyways. So yes, any gains that I'm making today, I am in total rehab mode right now. I am protecting myself. I am in rehab mode. And I just, so just get that up front right now. If you're like, I'm only here, I don't want to watch a trade in rehab, then this will not be the live stream for you today. Because what you are witnessing is somebody that needs to chill out. And that's what I'm doing right now. I don't know what it was. I woke up. I think I got good night's sleep. I mean, there's no drama going on in my life. I mean, the house is always kind of stressful, but yeah, I just did not jive. I did not jive, and in a weird way, I kind of feel like this $160 I'm going to be requesting. Well, I guess to be fair. In fact, okay, I think I'm going to do this to help hold myself accountable. I'm gonna post the payout of this tomorrow. That way, so remind me tomorrow. Hey Clay, let's see the payout email. Let's see the email that you took that as a payout. I think that'll be enough pressure now for me not to touch that. Because if I'm like, well, yeah, then that's going to be very embarrassing. So remind me tomorrow that I need to show the payout email for this right here, showing that I took that payout. Because that'll hopefully help me not to, because yes, on stream, I'm not going to touch it. But when I end stream, there's still time for me to go and lose my mind some more. Yeah, so that is the status for me. And it is what it is. I feel like that $160 feels like $1 million because I thought for sure, like I said, that account was cooked. Look at this yellow line. So this is actually good. This is building some confidence. I called this out. Now I haven't traded at all, but okay, that's been a good little support level there. But that is the status of things. And I don't mean to sound all dramatic, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry. This is the reality of trading. I cannot speak for all traders out there. Maybe some traders are absolutely mentally bulletproof and they would never need to kind of experience what I've experienced today, and they would never need to do what I'm currently doing right now. And good for them. I'm jealous of them. I'm jealous. They have a way better mindset. They have way better, I guess, muscles in their mind than I do, but that's what I'm doing. So the stream keeps you, well, I mean, of course, Philly. I try to be a man of my word. I really do. So if I say I'm not going to do something, and then I have a bunch of people that can call me out and be like, hey, man, so like the payout. Like as somebody that does, and in my real life, some may say that's stupid, but like with me and my farmer here in Iowa, our farmland, there is a paper contract, but we've never it's been a handshake deal. I like to think I'm a man of my word, and I am. That's a risky thing, Clay. What about what about the other people? At some point, I still like to think there's trustworthy people out there. So, on that note, I'm a man of my word. I want to be able to, quote unquote, we're handshaking right now, that I show that payout. So, this morning at open, price bounce off of lower VWAP band. Did you take that trade, John? Interesting, Jimmy. Yeah, I don't know. Now, to be fair, right now, you really can't go anything crazy. This is hindsight analysis, but I mean, the market has respected this yellow line very, very nicely. So, I mean, at this point, I wouldn't call this really weird action. But, yeah. So, there we go. There's my day. 2 accounts cooked. Could have really been 3. So I was on account tilt. I am still maybe on account tilt a little bit, but like I said, now that I'm in front of you guys, now that I've talked about it, now that we've kind of just shot the breeze, talked about fourth, stuff like that. But I really want to just focus on, hey, let's get back to the basics. Let's work on the mechanics. And let's try not to just get super, super upset. But we'll see what happens because it's, in my mind, is a volatile situation. But, and that's what's still... Okay, I can't talk right now. So if it hits that red line, there we go. I'm going to try, see if we can get the bounce up off that level. So looking to get long at the green line. See if we can get the bounce. I'm in. Put my stop right. Let me get it down below those right there. So let's see if this wants to bounce or not. Again, I don't know if I have a read on the market or not, but again, this is what Trader Rehab is all about. Just trying to, and if I don't, well then, it is what it is. What is today? 7-6. Okay. I need to try to remember this one. The next time, like one of the you're a scammer, you hide things. Again, to be fair, I didn't need to talk about any of this, right? I could have just acted like everything was fine and dandy, blah, blah, blah. Which is why you got it. And I really appreciate the people that try to stick up for me, but the logic you use is sketchy. What? Why are you back talking this guy? He's up $1,620. It's like, yeah, I mean, that's true. But just because somebody's green on the day doesn't mean, like, what's going on behind the scene. So right there's my day. Kind of, there we go. Right on cue. I cannot say in any way, shape, or form that I am shocked to see that being my first trade. I thought that was a good setup. I think it was a good setup, but apparently not. So there we go. There is a right on cue that kind of explains how today's been going for me. JJ, if that is a true non-rate rage bait post, I'm gonna have to throw you in timeout, sir. After assuming you've heard everything that I just poured out from my soul, assuming you were here to hear all that, and then for you to tell me that if that's either rage baiting and you're trying to be funny, because if that's serious, I'm gonna have to put you. We're gonna have to send you on a VIP vacation for a while. No pass Evo and haven't finished the paperwork to get this bro. Gotcha. Yeah, no kidding, Solmaro. Just straight up, like, pour my soul. Like, I owe all you guys money. Like, I was just laying on the couch there for a good 15 minutes. But anyways, please, just because somebody's green, don't be like, well, therefore this person knows what they're doing, right? That's very faulty logic, because trading, you can have very bad days like I've had. But on the surface, I could have just showed up with the 1620 and been like, it's a great day, folks, and off I went. So, like, just please be careful out there. Again, it's the internet, folks. It's social media, folks. That's not to say that, therefore, everybody is trying to scam you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, remember, there's always kind of behind-the-scenes type attribute to everything. Trading is unpredictable sometimes. Trading is unpredictable at all times, to be fair. Now, sometimes you jive with the market a little bit better and your edges play out better. But yes. Well, again, JJ, I got. No. Were you here for the whole thing? I am in no way, shape, or form. Again, that's the epitome of why profit targets are so dangerous. Well, do you just need $50 more? How about I just get the $50 on like a day where I'm not a psychopath like I am right now, JJ? I appreciate your heart. I understand you're coming from a good place, but brother, that's kind of like that summarizes why I don't like profit targets and why I don't like profit goals. Why? Yeah. 1620 were from NQ trades. But yeah, it would be the height of irresponsibility for me to continue to trade a pro account that should be toasted, that I'm actually available for a payout just so I can get $50 more. And on top of that, anyways, JJ, so this is where we have a little bit of apples and oranges. Because people use code Clay, I mean, that money, well, assuming some use code Clay. So I would actually get that $50 anyways. So I don't really have to worry about that. But even if I didn't have to worry about it, I would not be touching that at all. Do you think using the ATM can do more harm than good? No. For some people, sure. But, I mean, to say that as like a universal principle, no. Hey, Eric. Hey, Homer. Oh my, all right. So this has got to be, look at, okay, so we have the previous session close, that orange line there. We have the VWAP, that dotted yellow line. We have the pink line right there. They're all at the same level. Does that mean a guaranteed bounce? But no. Does that mean I'm going to go with a little bit more size and try to trust it? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So not only do you have that alignment of those levels, you also have a track record of it a couple times here and right there behaving as support. So I'm going to have to trust that one. Don't you have to get over 53,000? I'm not sure what you're saying there, John. I don't know if this decline is from the IS. Yeah, I'm not sure, Kevin. I can't really. I don't. I really don't care about the whys. I just care about like what's happening. So like, is there news? Okay, I don't. Okay, that's it. And then most importantly, what does the market think about the news? But like for me, I don't. From a curiosity standpoint, sure. What was the news? Like, but like as far as practicality, no. As traders, we just need to know that there is news, and then most importantly, what does the market think about the news? Which is why I like the chart. Clay, I'll be good, I promise. Let me just watch and comment. Well, I don't know. What was your previous name? What name did you get banned under? Because I don't. Your name right now does not ring a bell. You scalped it. Good job, now. Again, I'm looking to get long down here. Who was on the lake for the fourth? You still got 10 fingers, AMS? Hi, Clay. You trade after hours more frequently, or is it just? Yesterday I just happened to be around. I let me put it this way. Do I trade Sundays often? No. If I were to ever trade Sunday, it is the exception and not the rule. The evening just happened to open up where I just swung by to check things out, and things worked out fine. I don't remember that, Johnny. I do not. I don't know. Maybe it's coming back a little bit. But yeah, stick around. I mean, you can talk smack about prop firms. That's fine. I mean, I will bulldozer you with math because Pam's plan is undefeated. So I guess you can still talk smack about him if you want. But like I said, the math will just make you look like a baboon. There are no requirements that you cannot talk smack about prop firms. But like, you better bring some math to the table. But hey, I'm glad you're back. You're giving things another try. So good to have you back. No. I sorry, I can't remember that. Sorry, because lots of people have said that. So you kind of you all would kind of blend together. Do you personally think it could be a good to trade in the late after hours? Because I wouldn't think that. Impossible for me to answer that, Kevin, because I don't know anything about your strategy or anything like that. So possible, sure, but that's going to be on you to kind of experiment with your strategy. But yeah, nobody can tell you that. And if somebody does answer questions like that, they are presupposing that they actually fully understand your strategy, which I think is kind of an arrogant thing to do. So I'm not going to presuppose that I fully, from every angle, understand your strategy and its rules. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Only you can answer that question. Well, only your strategy can answer that question. Yeah, because John, and yeah, and in a pro account, your buffer is the drawdown. So the drawdown of a 50K account is 2,000. Therefore, that is the buffer of your pro account, John. Buy all. Why are you saying buy? What in the world? Don't leave us, John. Hey, Andrew. Sure, if you buy me an account, Johnny, I'll call it the Johnny Depp account. All right, 5 minute, nice hammer there. Very nice hammer. Right there. Whoa. Came down, nice hammer. Let's see if we can get some more follow through. This pivot point here, public enemy number one, you can see right there is where the price got rejected from it. Agreed. Yes, Southpaw is correct. Prop firms are indeed terrible for a perfect trader. Agreed. But I have the same experience. I've yet to meet a perfect trader though. It's just FOMC meeting minutes. Yeah, should be pretty muted. Hey, good afternoon, Lexit. A lot of people underestimate what two minutes can do the right way. They add it. Yeah, agreed, Andrew. Agreed. Especially with as volatile as things have been. 2MNQ can add up shockingly quick. No, I think crypto trading, in the category of day trading, crypto is garbage because futures move way better than crypto. And then you have props. Now I know there's maybe some crypto props out there, but just from a movement standpoint, futures move so well, so well. So yeah, I to me that doesn't make any sense. Hey, sugar. If I super chat 100, will you buy an account and then let the chat make the calls? Yeah, I'd be open to that, but don't super chat it because in all actuality, YouTube takes 30%. So if anybody's serious, it would be better to just PayPal me. Okay, so Johnny Depp, maybe the problem beforehand was not that you talk trash. It's just that I mean, are you sure you haven't been here under another name? Are you just bored? Like you're out of school now for the summer and you're just here to say ridiculous stuff? I don't have PayPal. You got Venmo? I do have Venmo. I don't know if I guess I'd work for you. You're not a psycho. Well, I don't think you're a psychopath. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 30% is aggressive, but I mean, it is YouTube. Like they've sort of built they sort of built in the rights to do such a thing. I mean, they kind of did a good job, making this kind of a big platform. Man, gold. Okay, this will mean more to the private community, but I called out the purple line earlier today on gold. It's kind of a key area. And it hasn't been clean, but right here it got pretty much, right here, some immediate rejections. Got stuck right around the area. And then even right now. So here, do we got another short on gold? Maybe. So, Slowmar, here's my hesitation. Uh, I like and maybe it doesn't matter, but I don't know. Are people going to be showing up thinking like this is like DGen Central because they're losing context that I'm literally just doing what you guys are telling me to do? And then how do we determine who, like, the chat makes the calls? Yeah, but like, how do we determine who? Yeah, I would assume majority rules, fine, but how do we determine majority rules? So I'm open to it, but I'm not going to totally commit to it. It's an interesting idea, but I don't know the practicality of it. If it'd be more, it could be fun. It could be fun. I agree, but like in my mind, it's a trade-off. But is the fun worth potential annoyance and all that? I don't know. I have not seen Obsession. Isn't that like a horror movie? I don't do horror movies. Clay, can you put a? I guess yeah, you could do a poll. That's fair. That's true. Yeah, Andrew, I'd be careful. I'm not. I think they've been here before. I think they're just. I don't know, like a kid that's out of school for this. I don't know yet. I'm starting to remember though. So yeah, I'd be very careful trying to talk too much sense. I don't think they're really here to be serious, anyways. Hey, good morning, Jason. All right, I'm gonna try a short up here. So this was a range for a while. So now just trying to play the top of the range, assuming it wants to get up there. Oh, okay. So you just okay. So you were banned before. You just totally created this name today. All right, yeah. So trading Johnny, yeah, okay. To be fair, he did fess up to it right away. That's why I'm giving a little lenience here. But yeah, totally created new screen name today. I might have to call it. So hey, $7 above buffer. There you go, Evil. Good job. That might be too high. Might bounce at well. I mean, yeah, or it might come up here and reject perfectly. Only one way to find out, Kevin. Hey, Nathan, I'm sorry if you answered it, but do you know, could you have bought more than one account? Hey, good morning, Michael. Yeah, the 250K account that Apex is selling right now, which Larry is not the right word, but I'm not quite sure as many people realize about the $177 activation fee. So yes, cheap up front, no doubt about it. But like if you pass and you want to activate it, $177, which is why I'm curious about if anybody bought 20. I mean, could you imagine? Okay, here we go. I am. Oh, you got to be kidding me. No, 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 no. Don't come down now. All right, I think I can maybe get a little bit better entry now. Okay, I am short. Hey, there we go. Thank you, brother. Could still be a losing trade, but at least I got one target hit. You know what? Let's do this. Let's get risk off the table. There we go. All right, this will be a win. Hey, all right, let's go. Confidence. If this one's hit, that'll be really good for my confidence. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Hey, Joey. Okay. All right. Does anybody? Okay, let me ask you this: did anybody buy multiple of those 250K accounts from Apex? Alfonso, everybody has those sorts of rules or a format of those rules. Like there's nothing. I mean, I agree, but they'd also wouldn't be around for very long. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess I'm glad I played it how I did. But again, that kind of summarizes my day so far. Yeah, it worked. I suppose I should have just scalped out, but yeah. Okay, so Johnny, you're gonna just be like you were the previous time. So I should just ban you now, Johnny. So you're not gonna change, Johnny. I do appreciate the fact that you fessed up to being a troll previously. So that's why. But like, if you're gonna just keep doing what you did previously, then yeah, we'll just go back to put you right back where you were. Welp, I am short. Where's your stop at? Again, well, okay, well, how should Johnny comment? Maybe that's what you're saying. I don't know, Johnny. How about you give us a trade plan? What do you see? How would you make money from it? Can you give us an entry? You say go long. Well, how about you give us your go long trade plan? Who knows? Maybe I would look at it and agree with you and be like, in fact, I'll take that trade. Like that would be of something that would prove that you're not a troll, that you're not here to just be unserious the entire time. I don't mind people joking around. Don't get me wrong, but like Johnny, like you are completely coming across as you're just here to be obnoxious. Hope you're no. I never even looked at the timestamp. Oh, what do you guys think the timestamp was when I started to talk? It was like what at 11:02. So I don't know what was that like around maybe 15ish minute timestamp. If you want to see how my day has gone, it's not been a good day, Ace. So I did some research. You're allowed to get up to 20. Oh, really, Kevin? So that's what's crazy is I mean, I don't know why they went away from it. So like you buy 20 accounts for what if they're like 17 bucks. So 340 bucks, which sounds crazy. Dang, I can get 20 accounts for 340 bucks. But then what that gets you is if you pass, so if you copy trade and pass them all, then it's okay, well now you have to activate them. So now you have 20 accounts that you have to activate for 177 per account. So boom, right there. I hope you got $3,500 available to you. And then that's just to get the funded account. Then you got to obviously go and you got to meet the rules and blah, blah, blah. So there's still more to it. So it's, yeah, the interesting business model. I'm not sure why they ever went away from it, but wait, what? I can get 20 accounts for 340 bucks? That's what I mean. People that shop based on price and not rules. No, I'm not saying, like, so Nathan, he got one. Okay. He got one account, fine. But the people that are like loading up on 20, it's like, okay. You got the $3,500 ready? Hey, Eddie. Yeah, it was around the 15 to 17. Okay, cool. I had the same idea of a short. I took one. Thank you for a quick $100. Good job, Dan. Yeah, 5 minute as of now. This pivot point, which I talked about earlier, almost a mirror image. This pivot point, I suppose in hindsight, that should have been my entry, but I kind of forgot about it. Duxol. Good morning, Props 8. No way I would pass all 20. Well, I mean, if somebody's copy trading them, that's what I mean. You could copy trade them and you could pass them all 20. Hey, good morning, Keith. All right, here's the back test of that breakout point. So I'm going to try along here on the back test. Again, this was kind of my definition of the previous channel. So let's see if we can get a back test. A back test and go. I am long. Cool. No problemo. Took out 20 points. Good job. Once again, this is really every single trade confirms why what I'm doing has been the right move. I am just not seeing the market. I just literally, it seems like I can't do anything right. Even my winners turn around very quickly and go straight back up to my stop. So it's just like, come on. Come on. Come on. By the way, gold finally got up, just looking over at the 5 minute on gold, finally got up through that 50 SMA. Bad timing for a pep talk. Uh-oh. Yeah. I don't think I'm in any if anybody needs a pep talk, it would be me today. Come on, brother. Took one out. Took another one out. Let me get risk behind me at this point. There we go. Risk is officially behind me. So that's good. That's good. Take another target off up here. Long VWAP, take out the highs. All right, no, good job. I thought you were taking a break, AMS. Come on, get up there, brother. If it was me, I probably would have gotten out, but hey, you started to pay. Again, Kevin, so that's my point is if had you given yourself numbers, then you wouldn't have to say the probably game because you'd be staring at numbers which cause you to make decisions. So that's kind of exactly why around here we're always preaching numbers, 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 even from a practice standpoint. Like numbers eliminate the word I probably. Well, would you or would you not have? Because the numbers are staring right at you. Which makes it way more, again, it's not perfect practice because there's still technically no voices in your head, but like. All right. So, I mean, a blotch, right? I suppose. Well, that's all hindsight, so it is what it is. If it comes back down, I think I'm gonna stick with the long bias right now. I did take a 2-week break. So you're just gonna go right back to what you've always been doing. Okay. All right, AMS. I've tried. I sleep just fine at night. As long as you're using code Clay, brother, I guess keep on with it. Thank you, no problemo, but today I'm not quite sure. Again, okay, Kev, what I'm trying to tell you though is unless you give, and anybody, please, somebody back me up on this. Unless you give yourself numbers, then you're wasting your time. Because all you're doing, Kevin, is you're talking in broad statements. Like, yeah, I think I'd probably buy in the pullback, but I'm not going to do it, so I'm not going to give myself numbers. Okay, well then, don't even do that. Don't trade like that at all. If you're not going to give yourself numbers, then again, literally, you are wasting your time because those of us that have traded, not even futures, anything. It's like, it's if only it were that easy. Clay, do you ever feel like your audience is hopeless? No. I feel no. I don't think anybody's hopeless. Well, yeah, some people are hopeless, but I would never just assume that right off the get go. I want to give everybody a chance. But yes, there is a point where you got to make the judgment call. Okay, that person is either trolling or they're hopeless. Both bad situations, so just kind of move on. I hate that I got to sit on my hands on day 3 of 2. Well, I mean, you don't have to sit on your hands, Reaper. You could always fire up another account and do racehorse model. Well, I mean, we can. I mean, you're entitled to feel however you want, but feelings aren't. I feel as though I should be given the chance to go back and buy Bitcoin at $100 a coin. I don't. What's so funny about that? No problemo. I don't understand. Okay, fair enough, Reaper. Fair enough. Oh, are you? You must be more. I guess you're newer around here then. Never heard that racehorse model. It's kind of like a staple around these parts. So yeah, you must. So welcome, no problemo. You are clearly new, which always great to see new faces. I only pop in when I can. Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you popping in. All right. So is this? I'm wondering on the 5 minute. We've had a couple of fake breaks of that pivot point. Fake break, fake break. Is this another fake break here? So that's where I'm thinking maybe another short here where I could try to get a tight little risk profile. Oh, okay, no problemo. Gotcha. Yeah, you've been watching a long time then. Kinda slow, Morrow, kinda. But not totally. Short again, off 79. You shorted off against 79? Good job. Previous day highs in ES just hit a bit higher, did they? Where's ES over here? Oh, yeah. There you go, Arthur. Appreciate. Thank you for pointing it out. Let me clarify a bit. My mistake. I give myself numbers just while messaging. I tend to say more often I think, or I would have. Yeah, I think it's better. I appreciate just if you type the numbers in here, Kevin, because that way we can all follow along a little bit better. But yeah, I appreciate you clarifying. But I do think it makes a more clarified environment if people are just given numbers. Right? It's like one of those things where like, all right, my stop is below a number. It's like, well, right there, that is an issue. Because how do you define below? Is below 1 point below that level? Is it 3 points below? Whereas if you just give a number for the stop, it automatically defines how you define below. Because if your number is 2 points below a certain level, well then we now know you define below as 2 points. Hey, good morning, Brad. I would be interested again in a long down around this yellow line, which is kind of funny. The time I bought was the time it decided it needed to do that. Now, that was still a winning trade, but was the time it decided to keep on moving. But had I bought there or right there, it'd have been like the perfect entry. So one of those things where sometimes the market can feel it. Now, I do not think that the market's out to get me today, but I think we've all been there where it feels like the market is out to get you. But hey, Akoro, I don't know who you're calling dum dums. That's pretty not factual. You know that the proper terminology is baboons, baboons, something like that, not dum dums. Clay, do you use VWAP? I do. It's right there, dotted yellow. Hey, KRT. Oh man, the lift station. You're an old geezer like me, huh? But cool. Glad you stumbled on me. Okay, why do you say, okay, Johnny, so you're just a troll. So do you understand why I'm about to ban you? You're literally just saying crap just to say it. Right? Let's see if you're honest or not. If you're honest, you'll say, yes, Clay, I'm trolling. If you say no, then you're gaslighted and lying, and you are for sure gone. But you know full well yeah. So I guess before I ban you, like, so what's the deal? You're finally on summer vacation from school and you're bored. Like why are you like? I'm curious. Like you got banned from somebody else's live stream, so you decided to swing by here again? Like what's your story? No, you may not explain because there's no. The only thing you can explain is like how did you arrive at deciding to troll on this live stream today? It is, GD. I agree. That's the only thing I care about you explaining is how did you arrive at deciding to troll this live stream today? You had so many choices. How did you arrive at this one? My curiosity is piqued. And like, how do you arrive at being a troll though? Like, are you in a job and you're just upset? Like, you think like you were owed a promotion and you didn't get it? You just don't like what you do? Like, how do you arrive at this? No, I understand he's a loser. What I'm trying to understand is like, how did without I was trying not to say it, but like, how do you actually arrive at being like this? Thank you, Lewis. I don't know if it again with the AI. I never know if what I'm seeing on Twitter is right, but I'm glad. I mean, good for England. Like the thing about the Mexicans like shooting fireworks and stuff out of the English hotel at like 2 a.m. so they couldn't sleep. Like, what kind of bush league stuff is that? Again, I don't. To be fair, I don't know if that was true. AI is getting better and better and better. It looked real, but assuming that is true, that's a bit bush league. Yeah, that's not really on. What? Yeah, that's not really. I'm not sure what you're saying. Ooh, Gilbert. I think that's more a function of what size account do you like better. So I don't know. I do like both the 50K and the 150K. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying if that were me, which it could be me because I do like the 50K and the 150K. Again, I'm assuming you're also asking about it through Take Profit Trader because that's who I use. I don't know. You kind of stumped me. It's what? Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think more about it, but that's a good question. I'm stumped right now. I'm not quite sure how I would go about that. Are you going to copy? Would you copy trade the 350Ks? Again, Akuro. That's. I mean, exactly. When he throws the word beginner in that statement, that's what you rightfully picked up on. He's not a serious person. Yeah, Johnny, but you're being obnoxious. No, yeah, you're being obnoxious. I don't believe that one bit. You show up and you have not said a single serious thing. You continue to troll. So if again, before I ban you, like how did you end up where you're ending up right now? Like you're gaslighting. My assumption, which could be wrong, you're a degenerate. You've tried prop firms. Because you're a degenerate, you just want to YOLO, you want to behave as a degenerate. But yeah, prop firms do have rules, which I argue are a good thing because they will teach you not to be a degenerate. But if you're like Johnny, who wants to be a degenerate, and then things prevent you from being a degenerate, well, sure, you're not going to like them. They're going to be a scam, blah, blah, blah. But yes, the telltale sign that he is not a serious person was when he's like, beginners should start with $20,000 in futures, not futures prop accounts. That is the again, that's how we know he's a troll, because nobody's that. So he's either a troll or he's very, very ignorant. But like, to think to send a beginner into futures with $20,000 is literally the dumbest thing you could say. Because futures, one of the reasons for them, they move amazing. But that's a two-sided coin. Yes, gains can add up in a scam-like fashion. Like, you could say, like, yeah, I made that in 7 seconds, and people are like, no, you're scamming me. But like, no, the futures really add up that quick. But yes, they can also add up against you that quick. So to say that a beginner should go into an environment where things can add up against them that quick is the epitome of either trolling or just not understanding how things actually work. Okay, serious question. Is there something you do when you're in Gunner you've hit? Okay, CDP, go back to like the 15-minute mark and watch, because I'm literally in one of those spots right now. So a good period for you to ask that question. Go back to the 15-minute mark of this stream, and I answer that. Again, Rook, stop talking to the guy. He is not serious. He's trolling. He's either trolling, aka rage baiting. He's extremely ignorant, or he's just a total moron. I don't think he's a total moron. So he's either just very ignorant, or he's just trolling and rage baiting. That's, to his credit, at least he made it abundantly clear. I think beginners should start with $20,000 in a live account. Oh, okay. In futures, by the way. Yo, what's up? Big wins today again. No, Chips, not really. If you go back and watch the 15-minute mark, you'll get a little bit more context. Thank you, though. But no, today is not nearly as good as what it seems. Futures move amazing, exactly. Okay, CDP, you don't have to apologize. I'm just letting you know, brother. If you want an answer to that question, just go back to like the 15-minute mark. Do you keep evals in the bank? Yeah, that's what we call it, Jason. That's what we call the racehorse model. With Take Profit Trader, when you buy a test account, that's a horse. As soon as you pass the account and turn it to a pro account, that is a racehorse. But the nice thing about Take Profit Trader, unlike other prop firms, whenever you turn a horse into a racehorse, you do not have to activate it right away. So you can just let the racehorse sit in the stable, unactivated. So, like right now, I have over 10 racehorses in my stable. So if I really wanted to, I could cook through a bunch of pro accounts and keep just pulling them out of the stable. But yes, that's what we do around here with Take Profit Trader, because the problem with Take Profit Trader can be if you only have one account and then you cook it and you're all upset about it, and then they're like, hey, would you like to reset this pro account? It can be very tempted to say yes. The thing with that is if you reset a pro account, it's the equivalent of like being able to buy 5 or 6 test accounts. It's very expensive. Okay, this is Johnny. Give me a 1, Johnny. Give me a 1, Johnny, if you're here. Because I want to make sure you hear this. Because you literally, once again, just confirmed that you're either rage baiting or just a total moron because you don't understand. The reward is way higher. Give me 1, Johnny. Okay, this is why I'm going to ban you after I explain this, because it shows, again, how you're either a troll or you don't understand basic math. You say the reward is higher. Well, let's look at the math real quick, because I'm going to back myself up with math. Sorry, I had to reboot my computer. There we go. Okay. So here's how prop firms work. You go and you buy an account. Again, if you use code CLAY, 40% off, so $102. If you go and lose $2,000, that means they take the account away from you, meaning you lose $102, right? Because that's what you spent on it. Now, what Johnny's saying is, in his situation, if you do something stupid and lose $2,000, you're literally out $2,000 of your own money. But in the prop firm space, you can learn the same exact lesson for way less. Again, Johnny, his premise, a beginner is going to pay $2,000 for a lesson. Prop firm person will pay $102, right? Because that is the consequence of $2,000 is they just take the account away from you and you lose whatever you bought the account for, which is $102. But let's just say you go and you do a bunch of stupid things. So how many stupid things? Well, let's say you do, I don't know. You cook 10 accounts. So 10 accounts times 102 that you paid for every account, you have now lost $1,020. Again, 10 stupid things. You had 10 really bad days. You cook the account. That means you've lost 102, right? 10 times 102. So you're out 1,000. What about Johnny? Again, same person, same stupid things, but they're doing Johnny's advice as a beginner to use your own money. Well, each one of those stupid things we're defining as $2,000. So 10 times 2,000, $20,000. So Johnny's argument is you're gone. You're gone. Johnny, just stop. Just listen. This is not for you, Johnny. This is for everybody else to understand the math. So Johnny's argument is that person's journey is done. Well, the other person, they've only lost 1,000. Johnny's person has lost 1,000 or 20,000 accounts gone, cooked because he said, hey, beginner should start with $20,000. Okay, well, they're out $20,000. What I'm arguing for, that person's out 1,000. 1,020. Okay, let's say they say the person buys another one. So now they're in for 11 accounts times 102. Okay, so they're in 1122. So let's come over here to the return because he said somehow the reward is better. So their total investment right now is $1,122. Okay, there we go. Let's just say that somehow, they go on a good run. They get themselves $1,500 after the commissions and all that stuff. They get themselves $1,500 in payouts. Okay, so now all of a sudden they get themselves which again, with prop firms, again, nothing is easy because trading is not easy. But $1,500 is not exactly like oh my, no, it's $1,500. Let's see what their return was. They just made an ROI of basically 34%. After a ton of stupid things, cooking, 10 accounts, they're actually at a 33% return. Johnny's person is knocked out of the game. They have lost literally all $20,000 that they had. Gone. This person still had money left because, those 10 accounts only cost them 1,000 as opposed to 20,000. They went on, a very modest run, got $1,500. So not only have they repaid for all the accounts that they had burnt, but they actually have a little bit of money left in their pocket and are looking at a 34% return, 34% ROI. So that is where Johnny is just a total moron. He's either a total moron, a total troll, or totally ignorant. And to the nail in the coffin, Clay, you can trade 1MQ with a $2,000 account. Good risk management will mitigate that. Yes, Johnny, I agree. But here's what you're presupposing. You're presupposing that the person will always have good risk management. I don't know a flawless trader. I don't know a perfect trader. I don't know any trader that always has good risk management. So that's the power of prop firms. When you slip up, when you have a bad day, when you go into baboon mode, when you go into tilt, in your situation, that person's really bad day could be $20,000. But the prop firm is very mitigated. So you don't get to just presuppose good risk management. Because as somebody said earlier, I agree. If you are a perfect trader, prop firms make 0 sense. But I've never met a perfect trader. I've met traders that have bad days. So I'd rather have a bad day be very, very limited to just the cost of the account, which is $100 in this situation, compared to your situation, which could be the entire account gone. So for those reasons, that is why you were banned once again, Johnny. Absolutely terrible, terrible argumentation. But that's the problem. I bring math to the table, you don't. But again, I concede, I do concede, if you are a perfect trader that has flawless risk management at all times and never has bad days, never goes on tilt, then you know what? Yeah, prop firms, no need for them. Well, no. Now I forget. I always forget about the copy trading. I still would reject the premise. If you are a perfect trader, definitely do prop firms, because then you can copy trade like 50 accounts across multiple firms, and then your like flawless perfect trading will exponentially grow in insane amounts. So I guess even if I accept the premise that you're a perfect trader, Why would you not want to do copy trading then? Always love your rants. I'm not ranting. I'm talking about math. Can you imagine your math teacher's up there explaining math and you're like, man, I love this rant. It's like, I'm just explaining math. Yeah, exactly. The keeping West Wild. Yeah, shame on me. I don't know why. Yeah, I guess I don't even need to reject the premise. I mean, it's still a faulty premise because the people that say, well, with good risk, well, yeah, you're just assuming you're always going to have good risk management. But I guess I should just accept that and just be like, well, then come copy trade. If you're that good of a trader, just copy trade. Exactly, props, which is, again, circling all the way back, why Johnny's either a total baboon or he's which again, my premise is he's just rage baiting. He knows full well that what he's arguing doesn't make any sense. Because to throw the word beginner into that statement is just craziness, pure craziness. I wouldn't. Again, that's why prop firms were. That's why micros and prop firms are game changing. Because before micros, I could never imagine telling a beginner to go trade NQ. Holy smokes! Can you imagine that? Telling a beginner day trader to go trade NQ. But with micros, that was very game changing. And then with prop firms, even more game changing, which goes back to the point I've said many, many times. We are in the golden age right now of day trading. Doesn't mean, again, a lot of you, I don't know about a lot of you, but a lot of people take it for granted. I know I sound old and crusty, but like, I wish I had micro futures and prop firms when I got started. It would have saved me a whole lot of money. How much is one NQ worth again? $20 per point. Right, exactly. Keeping the West Wild. People confuse categories. People are like, oh well, prop firms make trading hard. It's like, no. Trading what makes trading hard is that it's trading. Day trading is hard because it's trading. It's not hard because of prop firms. It's okay. Let me take a step back. There's always qualifiers. Yes, I do agree. There are some prop firms out there where trading becomes very hard because a prop firm may have 8 million rules. But I'm always talking in a lens of Take Profit Trader, who has very clean cut rules. So with somebody like Take Profit Trader, no, Take Profit Trader is not making trading hard. Trading is hard because it's trading, which is hard. Hi, Clary. Yes. So this right here is the 21 EMA, but that's the only EMA I use. The purple line is the 50 SMA, pink line is the 200 SMA, and then dotted yellow is the VWAP. Correct, exactly, Kevin. Yeah, that monthly payment is only during the eval stage, which is why I always say aim to pass within 1 month, because that's the only, and then because that fee goes away, and 1 month is more than enough time with futures because futures move so fast, which is why again, I think a beginner should go with $20,000. Oh, okay, that sounds. I mean, that's yeah. Yes, I agree with what Ace is saying. Well, we are once again just, I mean, waiting. I think 5 minute probably does a better job of illustrating this, but I mean, we are just. So I guess good action when we got to break down some math like we did for the whole how the prop firms and all that work. But like, yeah, this, yeah, crazy to see 20 points in between the numbers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this distance here, pretty big distance, and still 20 points. No, don't get me wrong. You can still make quality money in 20 points. But yeah, it's definitely slower than what we've seen in past days. Cult Man is back. Yep, Cult Man is back. BVT SpaghettiOs is back. Right, he's right on the edge of getting banned himself. I'm kidding. He's a BVT's. I don't have any problems with him. He's in a cult. That's okay. He's a young kid. He's usually persuade. You'll never beat the market, comma, but you'll also never underperform it, period. And the expenses for it are like 0.03%, period. So it's essentially free. Past 2. Well, good job, Spaghetti. You having SpaghettiOs to celebrate? Does it break the top of the range? I don't know. I don't know. A stop line. We all know you're not having grilled chicken. We all know full well. Okay, maybe you're having grilled chicken, but we all know you're putting SpaghettiOs on top of it. All right, I'm gonna take a short through there, see if this is a fake breakout. That'll be my stop. Okay, just trying to play essentially a fake breakout of what I think is still a range. Okay, I'm in. Took one. Oh, crap. I got to fix that. That's because I got 4 left now. So still could be a losing trade. It'll be less of a losing trade. I was a little slow on it. It went my favor. Yeah, it came all the way down here, right? Good. See, here's my day summarized, just like that. That's my day. So I could not be any more with as all the trades have gone today. I could not be any more justified. Like I feel so good about the decisions I okay, not all my decisions today, but the decision to be where I'm at right now. This trading action continues to confirm. Good job, Clay. You're doing what needs to be done. I can't do anything right. Even these moves that started off for a second, I'm like, okay, here we go. Filled me immediately in my favor. Nope, straight back up. I'm gonna try to short. There might be another chance here. I don't want to get too jaded about it, but okay. If this one wants to hit the white line, I'll try again. Step 1, it's got to hit the white line. Yeah, so here's a quiz question, Kevin. You have a red trade. Was there a mistake? Is there a mistake to learn from? You had a red trade. Is there a mistake to learn from? How do you? I guess I'll open up to everybody. Whoever wants to play along. I'm not. Jay Keith usually shows up later in the day. He usually shows up later in the stream, so I would assume no. But Jay Keith, if you're here, you have been summoned, brother. Hey, he is here. Oh, nobody else wants to participate in the Kevin quiz question? What's question? If you have a red trade, is there a lesson that needs to be learned? If you take a red trade, does that therefore mean there's a lesson that needs to be learned? That is the question. Come on, Kevin. Where'd Kevin go? Okay. Okay, Kevin. Okay, let's. My friend. I'm just asking you. I'm not. In your mind, if somebody has a red trade, a losing trade, does your mind automatically go to something was done wrong, therefore something needs to be learned? That's all I'm asking. And I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just trying to think. If anything, I'm trying to turn this to a good discussion. Thank you, everybody that has participated. Right. So that's what I'm asking, Afraz, is if there's a red trade, was there a mistake? Which I would agree. If there's a mistake, then yeah, we want to learn from the mistakes. So that's another way I could ask the question. If somebody's in a red trade, does that therefore mean there was a mistake? Yeah, I never hit my white line up there, Cam. I want to see it hit it and then come back down, but good job. No, not all. There's a mistake. That's why. Okay, so good. Afraz Gaming, I think he'll be up for something to learn because he's saying there's a mistake. That's why he's in a red trade. Okay, gotcha. Okay, Kevin, you're not really okay. Anyways, so here's why trading is hard. The markets are ultimately random. No strategy is perfect. So if you're going to say that a red trade means there was a mistake made and therefore something needs to be learned, then you will end up with a strategy with 5,000 rules because this is what you're going to do. Oh, I had a losing trade. Well, let me go journal about it. Let me go look back and see what I can learn. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Okay, let me write that down. There's a new rule. You're going to go trade. You're going to have then you're going to have a losing trade. Okay, losing trade means there is a mistake, meaning I have to go learn about it. Let me go back, hindsight, confirmation bias. Oh, that's what I did wrong. All right, let me write that down. Okay, now you have two rules. Your trade. Oh, you have another losing trade. Oh, there was a mistake made. Okay, let me go back and figure out this mistake and learn from it. Oh, there it is. Okay, then let me write that down, that rule. Now you have three rules. You'll go on and on and on, and eventually you're going to have, with that sort of mindset, you're going to have a strategy with 5,000 rules, and you get to make one trade per decade. The fact of the matter is sometimes there's nothing to learn. There are no mistakes. Your strategy is your strategy, and the market just decided to not cooperate with your strategy. There's nothing to learn. There are no mistakes made. Just keep moving forward. However, this is where it's hard. There could have very well been a mistake. There could have very well been something you need to learn from. Was there a mistake or was there not? Welcome to why trading is so hard, because those lines are not clear. They're the epitome of fuzzy. But no, you've got to be very, very careful to use the logic. Red trade equals mistake equals something needs to be learned, because that's how you end up with 4,000 rules in a strategy. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Chris, what Chris is saying, maybe that's how you identify a mistake. If you keep seeing the same thing over and over again, yeah, maybe it's a mistake. Agreed. I'm not saying mistakes aren't out there. Oh, they are. They are. I'm just saying you cannot just automatically assume red equals mistake, which again is why trading is so hard. Like, it's very easy to figure out if a stove is hot or not, right? It's very black and white. If the stove is hot and you touch it, you will be burned. It's just the fact of the matter. But sometimes in the market, you can touch a hot stove, AK, you can do something really, really stupid, and then the market, I guess in this analogy, will make touching that hot stove feel good. Because, yeah, sometimes you can do really dumb things in the market and make money. How nice would it be if the market was black and white? Like, if you do something dumb, you will lose money. That way you know, oh, I lost money in that trade. I did something dumb. But yeah, the market is not that way. The market it does reward bad decisions. Wolves, yeah, I like that. Yep. Every time there is over 0% chance of rain outside, I stay. There you go, Benjamin. There you go. If they keep on pumping money into things like they seem to always do, comma, it will, period. If it goes to 0, comma, we'll have bigger problems on our hands, period. Good thing you've made, quote, other, end quote, investments. Okay, maybe a long here. I like this hammer that's forming. No, 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 no. Don't leave me behind, brother. Come down here first. I mean, a hammer candle at 21 EMA. I got to. Please don't. Don't. My day summarized, right? Just like that. Now, if I get filled, it'll probably dump. Man. I currently have my computer set up on the back porch. Feels too good out here. Yeah, it does. I think the humidity. I think is the heat dome officially over for those of us in the Midwest? All right, I'm in. For instance, 10% of your trades are and your wins are enough to cover the red trades and still profit. You have a good rule. Yeah, things like that. I agree with metrics like that. Yep, but that is why trading's hard. How do you figure out, is something a bad rule? Is it a good rule? Was the problem that day, or was there a lesson to learn that day, or is the lesson just not even a lesson, just a reminder? Hey, not every day the market's going to jive with your strategy, which does bring about a very quick way to see. You can't make this stuff up. But a good, a quick way to figure out if somebody is scamming you, just ask them this question. That again, something that's advertising a strategy, an algorithm, a blog, just something like that, a bot. Hey, what market environments does this not work in? And if they're like, oh, it works in all environments, run the other. I mean, you should already be running the other way, but that would just be confirmation to run the other way. Nothing. I repeat, nothing works in every market environment. And if they're trying to tell you that their bot does, no. If they're like, oh no, it only works in trending markets, it's like, okay, at least you're being honest about that. Now, okay, I've kind of lost track of this trade, but like, okay, added some more here. See if we can. We're also on the 5-minute. We're at the 21 EMA, so I'm trying to trust that. Come on now. Look at this beautiful little hammer forming, or trying to form at the 50 SMA. Come on, let's get some follow through here, brother. Looking for rules that work in chop today. Right, exactly. Now, some strategies, to be fair, I mean, some people call it chop, other people would call it playing ranges. Yeah, some strategies are excelling in rangy markets like today. But like trend traders, stuff like that, people that want, bigger follow through, they'd be struggling on a day like today. So if they have losing trades, do they actually need to learn something? No, they're like, okay, this environment is just not jiving well. Is it really that hard to bounce here? Is it really that hard? Just tap it in. I will admit to one thing I got wrong. I've thought for sure that Johnny guy would have created another name and been back by now. So So that, which is good. Maybe he's not as much of a loser as what I was thinking. Beautiful hammer here. Can it deliver though? Come on, brother. Come on. Again, bounce at this point. If you were to pull up the 5 minute right now, look at that 21 EMA. It's bounced beautifully right off it. But can we get some follow through? It's respected it, but can we actually get follow through? Just tap it in. Hey, why did you delete that? That was a good quote. Just a little taparoo. Tap, tap, tap. Come on, brother. Oh, it's looking good. I do like it when it gets that green body. That makes it look a little bit better. Nope. All right, I'm buying some more if it comes back up. Only if it comes back up, though. Wow. I cannot tell you how glad I am that I made the decision that I explained earlier and how I arrived here. I'm not trying to be shady. If you want to go back and get the in-depth version, go back to like the 15-minute mark. Okay, come on. Again, I'm looking to add some more. Come on. But today has just not been it. I suppose we could have a reverse wheels fall off, maybe later in the stream, like I get back in a groove. But the wheels are kind of already off. If I added? No, I didn't even fill me on the ad yet. Well, on the bright side, at least it didn't fill me and then drop down like that. What is... Patience. Patience. Let's see. Added some more. We were at the low. Here, I'll just move the CL line down. See if we can get a bounce off that low right there. If not, that's probably going to have to be all she wrote. Like, I want to trust in the 5 minute range that this is just a fake breakdown of it, but maybe not. Again, looking to add at the green line. So if I can get filled there, we'll be looking at a very nice situation, but I don't know. If this just turned into a slow, steady grind now down. I will take that setup every time. Nice hammer candle at the bottom of a range at the 50 SMA, and if it's going to just bleed down through like it, then it is what it is. But I will take that. I'll take that setup. That was very, very beautiful at that moment in time. Afraz Gaming, please don't chime in like that, dude. It's very obnoxious, especially coming from somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. And I know that you don't know what you're doing because you literally were on the mindset of if there's a red trade, there's therefore a mistake, which is okay as a beginner, no problem. But like, yeah, maybe refrain from chiming in. I know I know what I'm looking at, brother. How am I doing? Hey, you've been following for 7 years. You're old. You're old then. Overall, I'm doing good. Today's been a bit bumpy, but overall doing well. Thanks for asking. Okay, added. Come on. Let's see you push. It does feel heavy though. Like it just does not. Again, great candle, but these candles keep suckering me in, which makes these moves so cruel. They keep acting like, all right, now we're done. No. Let's go down a little bit further. I want to see it go. I want to see it go down to 890s. 890s. What? Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, that would make sense. With the cult trades that always want to get, everybody's always trying to get like 300-point gains. That makes sense. All right, I gotta get out. Stupid. See, right there. I could not make in the most weirdest of ways. I mean, this is exactly why. If you go back to the 15-minute mark or so, and how I ended up where I did today, I'm so pleased with that decision. Yes, my friend. I know what you meant by 890. I know. I know. If this thing goes green, in all actuality, for entertainment purposes, please just go green. That would be such like you can't make this stuff up. Had this not been caught on video, I don't think anybody would believe like the way like sure it did Clay, sure. I mean, you don't have to laugh right in my face. I mean, you don't have to be that much of a jerk about it. Good grief. Yeah, these are the moments where it's just like, I swear the market. I've been chosen. Somehow, out of the millions of traders, like the spinning thing landed on me, and they're out to get me. That's those are the moment. These are the moments that create that feeling. This is like the type of thing that sends me full tilt. Me too. Me too. Well, again, yeah, kind of, Jake Keith. Well, that's where the buyers showed up last time. Well, what about these buyers that showed up right here? What about them? There was buyers that showed up right there and right there. Look, two bounces right off them. That's where I got in. Not to mention I was at the 50. Oh. What about the buyers that showed up right there previously? Well, they didn't show up right there. Previously they did, though. Look at that. Down it went. So, I mean, that's where the buyers showed up last time. Well, yeah, eventually they'll show up and you can say that. But, like, if only trading were that easy. If only it was, like, very, very obvious where the buyer showed up last time will actually be this time. You know what I mean? Marky the market maker must be watching this. Yeah, that's the only plausible thing. Okay, Evan Messi, I need to chime in. I think that you think that Jay Keith has some magical system that knows where like the price is always going to bounce. Right, no, I understand that. But like what I'm saying is, yeah, you said it might bounce here, which by the way, I appreciate using the word may. Very good. I'm just saying like I think Evan Messi seems like, oh wow, he said it might bounce here, it did bounce here. Man, what kind of tools are you using? He guessed well, right? He guessed well. What do you mean he guessed? Well, we're all guessing. We're all guessing. So before you think that I'm making that as an insult. Exactly, Ace. That is true. Fair point. I think that's trade volume on the right, not or correct. Well, yeah, this is just the volume profile. It is. Trading is a guessing game. So is crossing the street though. To be fair, crossing a busy street is a guessing game. Now you can do things to help give yourself a way more educated guess. You can do things before you cross a busy street that gives you an edge that you don't get steamrolled, but it is still a guess. In fact, it may be, I don't know for sure, but it may be the first risk management technique we're taught in our human lives of how to cross a busy street. That may be, I think that's the first time we learn as kids about risk management. Yeah, no, just that's me too. So thank you for saying that. It makes me feel a little bit better about my day. But like, yeah, I mean, you are. That's the thing is, I waited for a pullback. You're waiting for a pullback. I bought at a pullback level. It just decided to pull back more on us. I didn't miss anything, Evan. I just chose to bite my tongue. That's all. There are gambling websites where you can bet how many cars or people are going to cross the street live. There you go. Schrodinger's bus. That's right. So what is Schrodinger's cat again? That's the one that says the cat is what, dead and alive at the same time? Is that Schrodinger's cat? Okay, yeah, pretty sure. I was gonna say, or is that the cat that drools? But I'm like, no, wait, that's Pavlov's dog. That's not Schrodinger. That's Pavlov's dog. Yeah, no, that's not happening, Ace. Ace, what's next? You're gonna tell me that married bachelors exist? Correct. The cat is not both dead and alive at the same time. It's literally not the case. The case is, yeah, you just, in theory, it is because you don't know. Yeah, AC, you're just now you're literally talking nonsense. Like by like definitionally speaking, you are speaking nonsense. Yeah, a mental stop is not a stop. A brown ball is not a ball. He's never. You were a grouchy middle school gym teacher with kids throwing dodgeball vibes today. Evan, did you miss my 15-minute intro? I think maybe today would make a little bit more sense. Again, context is helpful, Evan. It's helpful. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I'm sure they do, Ace. I'm sure they do, because that makes good logical sense. Just like there's married bachelors running around. If you want a fun exercise, or okay, maybe it's mean. It might be mean, but tell your kids, I'll give you guys $100, right? Because kids think $100 is like a lot. I'll give you guys $100 if you can draw a square circle. It's funny. Again, I mean, you're welcome to say that, Ace. That's fine. But there are laws of logic. And if you want to believe that things can just violate the laws of logic, then okay. I mean, I guess that's your prerogative. But yeah, you're never going to convince me that a square circle exists unless you redefine the definitions of square or circle. Sure you are. Trying to ride my last micro to 600. All right, Benjamin. Wait, to 600. A circle, a square with circle edges. Yeah, that would that sounds like a circle, brother. Square circle is what they call the ring in the WWE. Do they? I'm so old, I remember I still call it the WWF. That's how old I am. I've always heard never trade during the lunch break. Maybe for some strategies, Wolves Born. I have zero problem believing that for some traders, but you you can't make broad statements like that because everybody's different, right? So yeah, for some people, no doubt about it. 12 to do is probably a death kill to their strategy. Other people, maybe they really thrive in it just because their strategy jives well with it. Right, Ace. That's why I'm saying that. Like you yeah. Again, that's the equivalent of you saying square circle. Von Erichs? What's Von Erichs? WWE Raw was the best times. Do you know why it boggles the mind? Because it's filled with contradictions. That's why. Because it's sitting there trying to tell people they're square circles. That's why it boggles the mind. That would be why. Yes, this is a contradiction, but like just pretend it's not a contradiction. Why? Well, because we have big terms and we'll call it quantum physics. Okay. Yes, the concept of a married bachelor boggles the mind. The concept of a square, again, tell your kid, go draw a square circle. You will see their minds become very boggled all of a sudden. It's a great way to introduce them into what's called okay, kids, this is what we call logic, and there's laws of logic, and one of these laws is the law of non-contradiction. Are you guys now seeing why I kind of was mean by offering you $100 for something that is, again, assuming you don't change definitions, something that is impossible? Okay, Ace. Okay, Ace is going to timeout because he's one of those guys now. He's not seeing he's being a total dent. Yes, I know. I realize that quantum physics doesn't say there are square circles. I'm not saying. I'm guessing that you don't open up a physics or quantum physics books and see something about married bachelors either. Yes, that's not what I'm trying to convey a broader point. That you just gave me a contradiction. And that contradiction being seeing things that apparently exist and don't exist. Like that would be that, yeah. Right. I can draw a square circle. Yes, I'm sure you can. If you redefine one of those terms, you can probably draw a square circle. That's why I put on the premise that you may not redefine your terms. Just like as long as you don't redefine your terms of what married and what bachelor means, married bachelors do not exist. They cannot exist. They are a logical contradiction. All right, I'm thinking of another long here. Very nice candle here at an overnight high. So I'm going to try. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. I'm very... And let me guess, you can also be a married bachelor too, right? So wait, I'm very... Are you actually a troll, or have you been showing this whole time? Are you one of these guys that actually doesn't like me, but you act like you kind of do, and then you just continue to take pot? I'm confused right now. Okay, well, I'll send down an all expense paid vacation. You can maybe figure things out a little bit. We'll give you 10 minutes to try to think things through. There you go. Maybe hopefully you can get unconfused. I don't know what it is. There are the people. Okay, never mind. Okay, looking for a long at the green line. Stop is the red. I'm going to come down a little bit more. Hey, good morning, Prosper. Did you go back and watch the recap, CDP? Did you go back to... Okay, I'm in. Okay. All right. Will this double bottom or will it not? These red lines up here are my first couple of targets. Hey, all right. Got one target hit at least. Could still be a losing trade, though, so I'm not out of the woods yet, but at least I got one target hit. If this gets closer to hitting this line, I'll get my stop and take my risk off the table, but for now, we'll see. What made me choose that entry point? I like the risk profile on it. All right, good, CDP. Yeah, you're not alone, brother. All right, I'm going risk off the table now. There we go. Put my next target right there. Hey, this one's working out nice. Maybe I'm not a total baboon. Maybe I'm not a total baboon. Just, I mean, I am, but like... Come on. A little bit more. A little bit more. I will feel this has been a wildly successful trade if at least that target can get hit. Are you serious? What are we doing here? Well, at this point, I think I can get more from it now, so whatever. I'm going to go up there now for the next target. That was very annoying, though. Like, it basically got as close as it could get without hitting me. Anybody in this long with me right now, or no? Am I here alone? Am I here alone? One contract. Hey, Z3. I didn't even know you were here. Jocko is. All right, at least there's a couple of us. I'm not in it, but I would have done it. Would you be saying that if it was a losing trade, Kevin? If this had been a big red candle, would you be saying that you would have went long? Be honest. Be honest, brother. Yes, I would have. Okay. Jake Hughes about to enter. I passed 50K val this morning and hey, good job, Z3. I would have lost money, but that is okay. Okay, hey, I appreciate that honesty. All right, I'm going to move up my stop a little bit more. So now my risk is making 14 points. So I like where my risk is. I make 14 points, reward unknown, because, again, I don't know how high up this might want to go. We are knocking on the door right now in the 21 EMA. So if you were to pull up the 21 EMA in the 5-minute, you will see that that has been pushing the price down. But maybe this is the time we can finally get through it. In target 3040. Yeah, that's where my current target's at right there. Got to get through the 21 EMA here, though. This little dirty rat. Usually I like the rat. The rat's my friend, but given it's kind of opposed to me right now, I hope it fails miserably. Like, I hope this is one of the situations where the 21 EMA really doesn't do its thing. Come on. Five-minute looks really good, though. So I am, you know what, I am going to move this up just because the 5-minute looks really good. It did poke its head above the 21 EMA. And by the way, I'm looking that way because that's where my 5-minute chart is. So I'll give this thing a little bit of time to cook. I just rejoined. What did I miss? Okay, well, for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to recap everything for Machismo, okay? I'm going to go back and we're going to relive everything for his sake. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. As an FYI, though, in all seriousness, I don't know what time you left, but if you are serious and you want to know exactly everything, you can always scroll back to the timestamp where you left, and then you can catch up that way if you want. Quite a day. Yeah, it's been something. Yeah, 150K, you just have a lot more drawdown, which can be helpful. That is the main reason for the 150K and why I like it. That extra drawdown has saved me more times than not. Thank you, Sean. Oh, no. It's getting close to my... Come on. I guess, to be fair, I did move my target. So I should have gotten my second target. Or my third. Wow. Okay. Well, it was nice while it lasted. Do I try again, though? Do I try again? Maybe. Maybe. Hi, I'm in it and losing $45 at the moment. $45. That sounds like good risk management. Yeah. It could change. And hey, even if your $45 increases to $100, $100, I think you can recover from that. I was born to run. All right, so what I'm thinking now is I'm going to look for a fake breakdown of this. I guess what would be a triple bottom now because we already have the double bottom. Boom. Okay, or is this a quadruple? If we count that as a low, bounce, bounce, bounce. So I guess depending on how you want to look at it, if you want to factor in that low right here, we just experienced a triple bottom. So I guess I'm going to look for the fake break of the quadruple bottom. And with my entry right there at 92. Okay, where's 92 at? So that was a 5-minute. We'll watch it, though, here on the 2-minute. So looking for the fake break of the quadruple bottom. Got my drawdown from 100. What? Wow, what a recovery, Pam. Good job. From 100 to 30. Good job, Pam. Okay. Let's see. Fake break, quadruple bottom. Does it happen? Or is it going to be a real... If it's a real break, then this will be a losing trade. But I hope it fakes down to here. So, right, numbers matter. Well, what's your definition of a fake? How much will it go before it comes a fake? Well, hopefully it goes right to here. So in my perfect world, it becomes a fake right here at 992. No! This is why trading's hard, because technically speaking, maybe fake should have only been defined as about 3 points. Hey, what's up, Jimbo? Okay, come on, keep faking. No, no, no. You're supposed to come down a little bit more on the fake. Okay, now I think I might be able to get a little bit better. I'm going to go down there. New fake point. I think it'll become a fake at 88.50. It is sitting right there at the 50. Or I'm sorry, on the 5 minute. Right at that 50 SMA. Yeah, Z3. Exactly. You typed that as I was literally saying it out. That's funny. Whoa, what? Somebody, I'm out. I'm out. What was that? I froze up. I froze up. I could not think straight. This is why all traders need this at their desk, right here. That's what we call a toilet paper entry right there. What was that? Whew. Good job, Blackout. So there we go. There was the fake break. Now, did I have any idea that it was going to be that beautiful of an entry? No. Oh no, yeah, one of those moments that didn't happen on an NQ. Oh yeah, nice and clean there. Yeah, sometimes MNQ gets a little bit. Okay, right here. Here's my new. I think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is the. Oh. Middle. Okay, this is a middle finger trade here. I'm taking the middle finger trade right here. Ooh, there's. Ooh. Or do I go with that middle finger down? Nah. Let's go with this middle finger. Everybody see the middle finger? If you envision these as fingers, see how this one, this finger comes up, and then you got the middle finger. What do you need, buddy? Where's it? What are you doing, Doc Saul? Jet? Jet? Yes? Oh, I keep hearing him call. Jet? Oh, you are downstairs. Okay. Okay. It sounded like he was outside my door. All right, we're all good. Okay, maybe not going to give us the middle finger. Wait, I had long orders at 987 and got slipped in. All right, see you later, Jake Heath. Well, okay, this could be a short here. Step one, bump your head on the pink line. Oh, yeah. I like this. It's got to hit the pink line, though. Maybe that's a stupid requirement, but I'm putting it on there. Yeah, I know. Exactly, Philly. Some will call it stupid terms. Other people will just call it, oh, it was a fake breakdown. One does sound cooler than the other, though. A fake break versus the other crazy terms. Exactly, Philly. Exactly. And there it goes. I am kind of tempted for a long ride here, though. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. Okay, here's just a little. What do you guys need to call me out for and demand I do tomorrow? What do I need to do? Did anybody remember? You guys, I want you to demand something from me tomorrow. What are you supposed to demand from me tomorrow on the stream? That's a short trade, not long. What? No, this. Oh crap! Crap! Wait, yeah, yeah. 0x bam. Thank you, sir. Thank you. No, not hugs. Thank you, Jocko. Send us proof of Bam. Okay, thank you, Philly. Who said Bam is my boy? That's what a true trading friend looks like. He's like, hey, brother, I thought you said long. That's a short order. Man, I'm getting emotional. That's what true friendship looks like. I got a tear. I got a tear. That's crazy. Wow. That's what true friendship looks like right there. The rest of you were like, oh, let's see this guy do so. I want to see him freak out. I'm not going to tell him. Thanks a lot, you jerk. Look what you did, you little jerks. 0x bam. You're my only friend here, apparently. True friend. Crap. That would have been, I think, I don't know. Would I have been filled? It would have been very close. The rest can't read. It's crazy. Crazy. I don't know. I have no idea. I do not follow soccer enough to know who. I mean, who do I want to win? I mean, I'm from America, so I'm rooting for America. But could I name a player on other team? I just know that one baloney guy. I'm pretty sure. Isn't that how you say his last name? Who had the red card? They gave Baloney a red card, but now he just got it repealed. So yeah, all I know on Team USA is the Baloney guy. But besides that, I don't know anything about soccer. I just know that Baloney got a red card, and then red card has now been reversed, so now Baloney can play. He gets a free membership to Country Road. Yeah, that's a good gift. All right, if this candle can close as a hammer, I'm going to try again down here. I mean, it's bounced 4 times, so we'll see if 5th time's also a charm. But watching this, we have... Oh, whoops. That's not what I meant. We have 2... Almost... Oh, no, never mind. I don't like... I remember, my contingency was a hammer. That's not a hammer, so I'm not interested. Does he have a first name? I don't know. I just know him as Baloney. I also read that, like, he's not even American. He was born in Nigeria and then lives in London. So how he ended up on Team USA, I plead ignorance. Also, to be fair, I did read that somewhere on the internet, so maybe that was totally made up. But assuming that is true, that he was born in Nigeria, grew up and lives in London or whatever, assuming that is true, I have no idea how is he on Team USA. Okay. Okay, we might get the middle finger trade here. His name is Folar. Okay, there we go. Okay, my question still stands. How is he a dual citizen if he was born in Nigeria and then like grew up and lives in London? Goalkeeper in Morocco was born in Canada. Again, yeah, I don't understand how these teams are being. Great grandma had a dog from Ohio. Okay, well, maybe it doesn't want to drop down here. He was born in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, so what I saw was wrong then. He was not born in Nigeria. Claire, are you from Tennessee? No. I'm from Ohio. Then I lived in Kansas City for a couple years. Then I lived in Michigan for a couple years, and now I live in Iowa. He was born. Okay, there we go. So what I read was incorrect. He was not born in Nigeria. What about the London stuff? Does he like live and grow up in London? I think don't they have pretty sketchy rules on stuff? Oh, Phil, yeah. I'm surprised. Yeah. Why did she not say that? Parents are U.S. citizens. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure either, Matt. There we go. Let's go Bucks. Cincinnati, though, yeah, Leon, I'm sure you're aware. Cincinnati, there can be some people that are highly not Ohio State. Because to be fair, Cincinnati, I mean, I have a special place in my heart for Cincinnati. My sister ran track there, so like, but yeah, and my sister not a huge Ohio State fan. I'll put it that way. And a lot of people in Cincinnati, well, I don't know about a lot of people, but there are definitely people in Cincinnati that are not Ohio State fans. Yeah, moved to London as an infant. Okay, gotcha. So it's stuff like that. It's like, okay, so let me ask you this: why is he not playing for England? Like he's not good enough. So he's like, okay, what paperwork can I get to get myself into the world? I mean, he's supposed to be good, isn't he? So like, how come he's not playing for England? Or is England just that good? And again, I don't know. I don't know anything about. I played soccer until sixth grade. Okay. Okay. This could be a short. Yep. There we go. Okay. Or now, if it wants to just go straight up, then so be it. What in the world? Oh wow. So England's pretty good. Really? They're that good? Okay, so he could play for England from a paperwork standpoint, but he's literally not. He wasn't good enough to make England's team, and now he's like one of the stars of Team USA. Yeah, USA soccer clearly not our strong suit. That's funny. He could play. Okay, I understand who he could play for, but it sounds like he he could from a paperwork standpoint, but from like an actual is he good enough, he could not play for England. Is that what I'm understanding right? Paperwork wise, I understand he could play for England, but from like is he good enough perspective, no, he can't play for England. You can play for any country in the world as long as you get your citizenship. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Compound Wealth. Does he have UK citizenship? Good question. Bring on the tread line from the Daily High. Roger that. I'm sure he'd make the team, but would probably ride the bench. Okay, so England is England one of the favorites to win it all then? That's not I mean they must be pretty legit if like one of our star players would just be a bench warmer. England, France, and Spain. Yeah, when France is Messi, I know they're pretty dangerous. And then Spain with Ronaldo, that's yeah, that makes sense to me. Clay did listen to WKRP when you were in Ohio. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, Stu, you were just joking. Okay, fair enough. I say that because there is somebody that shows up. There are some people So again, this is just what makes live streaming hard because I'm trying to figure out who I really interact with and then who I kind of just try to ignore because they're not actually here in good faith. So there was somebody that was always a little like, I'm not sure about that person. And then they pretty much just finally revealed themselves in a YouTube comment. They don't like me. I'll put it that way. Not a fan. Not a fan. But they're always here and I'm like, is that like a real pot shot or is that? So I wasn't quite sure if that was your case, but you were totally just joking. Fair enough. Huh? What? What do you mean? Messi plays for the Congo, doesn't he? The Congo of the Dominican Republic? Not just bench warmer, he will be helping the. Okay, M. Is there any chance you're English? Is there any chance you're over in the UK? M-HL1KG. Maybe I'm misreading this, but is there any chance that you are maybe you happen to be in the UK? Specifically Britain. No, wait. England. Specifically England. Okay, I am short biased right now. This seems to be a bounce that's getting a little ridiculously overdone. Yes, okay. So you may or may not be a little bit biased in this analysis. Because you see that all the time, right? For me, that is an Ohio State fan. That's what we say about players from Michigan. Oh, that player from Michigan, not only would they not be on the team, they'd be like the water boy's water boy, right? So you're maybe a little biased in this discussion, is what you're saying, Em. Again, that's fine. That's what makes sports funny. England already have Harry Kane, which is their best striker. They didn't need baloney because they'll never replace anyone for Harry Kane. Yeah. But does England have Lloyd Christmas or Harry Dunn? All I know is that Viking dude is legit. If USA gets knocked out, I'm going Team Norway. Just so there's no end to the boom boom whoosh. Boom boom whoosh. Does anybody know what are they actually saying? Is there something I'm supposed to be saying as I do the row? Honest question. Me and my kids, we were doing the Viking row last night. I showed them the clip after they beat Brazil. So are we just supposed to be like, are you supposed to be saying something, or you just make like the Viking noise? Oh, Wayne, I had a terrible weekend because of you. Because of that mean thing you said. I don't follow soccer at all, but my friend does. He said USA is playing in a different style than they have been. Supposedly more offensive, less defensive. Okay. Yeah, I plead ignorance on. Sounds like we're in the same boat, rookie numbers. We can offer zero value, other than stating that Cristiano Ronaldo plays for Mexico. You know what you said, Wayne. You know what you said. His name is pronounced Balagun. Balagun. Thank you. So Balagun. I do wonder, did that do more harm or good to have the red card reversed? Because it did seem like the world, from my understanding, it seemed like the world was pretty united that was kind of a sketchy call, especially when a very similar call did not happen against Messi. That seemed to be the world united on that premise. I could be wrong. But now with this, did the world just be like, wait a second, I don't know. When did Ronaldo defect? I mean, never. He's always played for Canada. My question to you, Taxman, would be, when did you start to smoke crack? For you to think that Cristiano Ronaldo does not play on Team Australia makes me question what kind of life choices you've made. Because everybody knows that Cristiano Ronaldo has always played for Luxembourg. England got a similar red card last night, too. When you start... Well played. Well played. See, that's a good reply. Other than so there we go. We all know that Taxman has clearly been to Walmart before and he bought himself a sense of humor on aisle 32. I swear, some of these people that come across here, they hopefully they hit up the 4th of July sale for sensitive humors at Walmart. That's all right, Cam. At least you're here. Thank you, Spartacus. Cam, you can go back and get a recap of my day right around the 15-minute mark. But today has not been so good. What you see on your screen is relative. I mean, not real. It is. Well, I mean, it's not totally deceiving. Just watch the 15-minute mark. Okay, Wayne. I think you're kidding, but you were like, the only reason I show up is because you're entertaining. I was like, oh geez. So like, I'm a terrible trader. There's no value in trading. Like, it's just because I'm pure. So I try to kind of twist that and I try to play the victim card against you. Like, I don't think that's what you meant. And now, if it is what you meant, then my point goes back. Like, that's savage. Literally, the only reason why I'm here is because this guy's entertaining. Terrible trader. Doesn't know how to trade. Worst, like, dang. I will say, I think if we're just looking at things from a business standpoint, well, I don't know. I guess I'm open to international people's thoughts to have this be a full thought, but I think that from a dollars and cents standpoint, it was good that it got reversed because from America's perspective, and by the way, whether you like it or not, America's GDP is kind of big. And from a business standpoint, it would benefit FIFA to have the United States care more about soccer. Again, I'm talking through the lens of a business standpoint. But I suppose the weak point in my current thought is, yeah, Clay, but by doing so, the entire world is now going to get turned off from FIFA, and they're gonna not like soccer anymore. But I think FIFA's like, nah. The rest of the world already loves soccer enough. They may talk, they may throw a temper tantrum, but their money ain't going anywhere. Their money ain't going anywhere. So you know what? We're gonna reverse this to try to get back into America's good graces because we want their money, and they happen to have a lot of it. So I think overall, from a business standpoint, very, very good decision on FIFA's part. Now, maybe some of you are here that you would consider yourself diehard soccer fans. And maybe you're like, no, Clay, because of that call, they're not getting any more of my money. I'm done watching. I'm done buying gear. I'm done supporting all things soccer. Then you know what? I guess my premise starts to fall apart. But it's my premise that you ain't going anywhere. You're complaining, but you're not taking your money anywhere. So I think it was a good decision on FIFA to reverse the red card. Again, Philly, I'm talking through the prism of dollars and cents. And that's sort of kind of what quantifies, is this a good idea or not? Was it the right thing to do? I don't know. It depends on the right thing to do. That's why I'm trying to ground it in dollars and cents. You are obviously fair to say, no, I don't think that should be the baseline. Fair enough. Oh, Wayne. Yeah, no, that's fine. I was completely just joking around. But like I said, I'm open. If you are a foreigner and you love soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean. Don't be. It's just let me call it soccer. That's what I'm used to talking it. I already have a hard enough time talking, so just let me call it what's in my mind. If you are a fan of soccer, and because of this call, are you now saying that the world of soccer, FIFA, is not going to get any more of your attention or money? If yes, then again, that starts to show some holes in my premise, but I don't think that's the case. I think you may be complaining, you may be crying, but your money's not going anywhere. All right, I will try a long down here. No, Wayne, my friend. An apology is not needed. I was kidding the whole time. Your comment was just funny though, because it really came across. It came across in a way where I was 95% sure you didn't mean it as the way it came across. So I talked it up, but no need to apologize, my friend. It's been very good for public relations to the world. Yeah, it's funny to watch all the people, all those Twitter ones, seeing people at Bucky's and Costco and free wheat refills and all that sort of stuff. Uh-oh. Oh no. What's the crying face for? Okay, so EM. Where did EM go? The guy from England. Clearly a soccer guy. Are you still here, EM? Same with throwaway trash. I assume he's from England. Are you guys still here? Yep. Okay. So EM. Question 1. Are you pretty upset about the reversal of the red card? If yes, does that mean that you're done? You're done with soccer? Same to you. Throwaway trash. Same question. Do you think that the reversal of the red card is like totally wrong? It upsets you, blah, blah, blah. If yes, does that therefore mean you're done giving, like, soccer is no longer going to benefit from you? Not really. Okay. So that confirms my premise. Oh, wait. I guess I don't know what he's saying not really to, because I asked 2 questions. Oh, hey, keeping the West wild. Watch it. Watch it. Okay, looking for a long at the green line. Yes and no. Okay. Thank you, Scorpion. And that's what I think. So that's why ultimately I think FIFA is making the right call. Yes, it may irritate the entire world, but that's the question they have to ask is, yeah, but does it actually matter? Are we actually going to scare away? It's just one big risk reward scenario. Okay, you're not upset by it, M. Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. I am. I'm not done with soccer. Okay, yeah, there we go. So you're upset, but you're not going to be done with soccer. So there we go. That's kind of my premise. Okay, so I guess I had a faulty premise in assuming like the entire world is upset about it because we have throwaway trash. Like, no, I'm not upset about it. All right, might get filled here. That green line turns blue. I'm in. I'm in. Come on. Come on. All right, I'm gonna. If it doesn't bounce here, I'm gonna try for some more size down here at that level. Like I just have a hard time believing that this thing is literally just gonna go straight down through all these levels. Okay, here we go. See if I can add. Now, if I'm wrong and this thing is just gonna go solid red, this is gonna be painful. Come on, hammer. I'll take the scalpy scalp after doggone. That would have been so much better had it come down and filled me. Oh well. Hey Dean, where you been, Dean? Yellow card at most for that. Okay. So I ultimately think that business wise, FIFA definitely did the right thing. All right, Dean. You are a dude though, right? When you said you're a woman last week, that was just a joke, right? Yeah, but I think it was smart. Again, Johnny. So does that mean you're done with soccer? So is your logic going? Oh, FIFA just showed how easily they can be influenced. Therefore, I'm done with soccer. They're not going to get any more of my money or attention. Is that what you're saying, Johnny? Okay. I assumed, Johnny, but I was like, or I assumed Dean, but then I was like, well, I'm not quite sure. Okay, I'm going to try another long down here. Looking for a long at the green line. Clay's like, Dean, you got... We need Captain Crunch here. If we're going to talk berries, we need Captain Crunch here. I've not seen him today, though. You're at 950? All right, well, I'm going to... Oh, Doxel. Close. You guys over there today? Question mark. How's it going? Question mark. Oh, so close, yet oh, so far away. Where'd Johnny go? Come on, you're part of my, not experiment, but like my thoughts. Hey, bullish gods. All right, if this closes green, I'll once again, I'm still interested in a long down here, especially if this has got to stay a green candle though. So we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, new candle, boom. So if this wants to come straight, okay. So I might actually try a short now. I want to see it come up some more. Come up some more first. Come on. Come on. Just bad. Right, yeah, but that's how I'm trying to define bad optics. Is it actually bad optics? I would define bad optics as it causes FIFA to lose money. So I don't actually think it is bad optics. And I've from the international people right now, they've said, yeah, maybe I don't like the call, but I'm not going to, it's not like I'm done with soccer. I do understand what you're saying is, yeah, it looks bad, but like, is it actually bad? And I'm just defining actually bad as, will it cause a loss of revenue? And I don't think so. If anything, it'll cause an increase in revenue because now more Americans might get interested and stay interested in soccer. Okay, looking for a short at the red line. So if that red line turns blue, I'm in for a short. I am in. Come on. Should I have taken the scalpy scalp? Maybe. Maybe I should have. But I'm going to let it cook a little bit here and let's see what we can figure out. Let's see what we can learn. As my brother-in-law would say, which is by far the greatest saying you could ever say. Like if you're ever about to do something, just say, let's see what we can learn. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Push down a little bit more. Oh, that's fine. I'll take out running there. Let's get risk off the table at this point. Put my stop right here. There we go. Oh, crap. No. Bye. Okay. Next target is right there. That seems like a very possible bounce point, which is why I'm going to go ahead and take off another one just in case it does happen to bounce from right there. Hey, Papacito. I'm eating that, yeah, with the SpaghettiOs on it. I don't think I've ever had grilled chicken with SpaghettiOs on it. How is it? If this gets closer, all right, that's close enough. There we go. Put my stop right there. Now, worst case, I'm making 8 points. So risk is making 8 points. I like these time. Now, obviously, I don't want it to bounce at this point, but that does seem like a plausible bounce area. There we go, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Come again. Next target is down there. Oh, do it. Do it. You don't know me. Don't judge me. I'm going for more. Don't judge me. You don't even know me. There we go. Now, worst case, I'm making 22 points. I like risk, make 22 points. Reward unknown. I'm going for more. You don't know me. Don't even judge me. Don't even judge me. I'm going for VWAP. You don't know me. Don't even judge. Don't even think about it. Hey, I'm having like a reverse right now. Instead of the wheels falling off, I'm like starting to maybe put the wheels back on. I like it. Like I got my monkey wrench out. I got my screwdriver. I got my scotch tape. I'm putting those wheels back on. I mean, this will be a mash. If I can get the VWAP here, like that was not in the cards, but I'm not going to complain about it. All right, I'm going to do that. Now, worst case, I'm making 31 points. I like my risk being I make 31 points. That's a good feeling. Ascend Bear. Why does that name sound familiar? All right, stopped out there. There we go. I'll take it. Ascend Bear. Why does that name sound familiar? Am I remembering your name for good or bad reasons? The name does look familiar. I'm just wondering if I should throw him in a timeout right now. I almost said it. Throw it into timeout. I banned him last week. Okay, so it's not for good reasons then. Oh, why do you got to take me out? Okay, I got to stop. I'm not looking for a long at VWAP. Some of you have good memories. That's crazy. Good job. Thank you. I appreciate the help. All right. I am trying to catch a knife. I'm not lying to myself. I am trying to catch a knife. Now, is this a degenerate catch? I don't think so. I think there's logic behind it, but it is a knife catch nonetheless. No, I put him in timeout. Timeouts are not permanent. They're timeouts for a certain amount of time. That's so childish, Clay, to put. That's what YouTube calls it. Before you get on my case about calling them timeouts, that's literally what YouTube calls it. House, yeah. This week, the roof, well, it's supposedly supposed to go on this week. It was supposed to go on last week, but because we're doing a metal roof, the machine that does, whatever that means, the machine was not available, but it is available now. Okay, here we go, maybe. Very infantile. Okay, I'm trying to catch a knife. There's no need to beat around the bush. I should probably, after this green here, my entries, okay, yeah, I gotta, things have changed. I'm not willing to do it anymore. Look for a fake break of the VWAP at this point. Okay, I'd be long. I'd be long. I'd be long. I'd be long. Oh, doggone it. There's my scalpy scalp. All right. Oh, wait, what's that? What is that? Dark Soul? 05? Oh, yeah, I gotta get to... I'll add more here. I mean, this thing is like, come on now. So this is what I'll do. I'll start with 5, and I will add 10 more right there. This is the previous session close. A level that I like. This data I did not have on my bingo card. Which data are you talking about? The fact that it's rolling over like this? Gold with the, oh, gold right, oh, I'm sorry, ES right now, right at the, I mean, I'll just show it real quick. ES 5-minute right off the 50 SMA. Beautiful. Beautiful. The 50 SMA. Love to see it. Love to see it. Wait, did I? Huh? Did I? I didn't see what. Okay. No, I don't like that anymore. I had that order in there beforehand. Did I just get like that close to not filling? I found the quote funny about how founding fathers would be rolling in their grave. Oh yeah, yeah. That is fun. That is true. Paying fireworks. Yeah, wow. That is some irony. Paying fireworks or paying taxes to buy fireworks to celebrate something that was all started about taxes. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that is some irony in there for sure. I don't know. Do I try it along up here now? This is what I have to go pee. Like I've been holding it. I'm proud of my bladder. The fight that it has put up has been impressive. If I may brag about my bladder a little bit. Okay, there we go. My entry and my stop right there. No fill? Man, lights on everywhere. Always decide you get sidetracked. Oh, kids leave lights on. I figure that's free money right there, right? And turning those lights off, penny saved, penny earned. Let's go. All right, maybe. Again, if that green line turns blue, I'm in. Hey, good morning, Eddie. Do you think? Can't say I do. Well, it depends. If I see a comment, I'm like, oh, what would be a quick quip for that? But normally it's kind of like I space out. I think I space out, and I'm like, okay. Well, okay, no, I kind of still do, because there was that one time where you guys were like commenting on my peen. I'm like, oh wait, you guys could hear her, and they're like, yep. Which just my wife was horrified. Wait, what? Clay, what are you? I'm like, I didn't think it carried that well. I didn't know the mic was that good. So I guess I do always technically think about you guys in the sense of, all right, let's make sure the door is shut. Let's make sure like we don't have another one of those moments. But it did make me feel very healthy because you guys are like, that's a solid stream. I'm like, what are you talking about? I can tell your prostate's still nice and strong. I'm like, good. I'm glad to know that I got a solid stream. I'm glad to know that it sounded like I was putting out a fire in there. Just call me fire. It's like, you got a fire hydrant for a prostate, boy. I'm like, is that good? Oh, yeah. Once you get older, that prostate, it's no longer a fire hydrant. Which I really don't appreciate. I don't like to hear what it's going to be like for me someday. 40's already been bad enough. I'm pretty active. And I will say, at age 40, it is true. Weird things start to happen. Like, I don't know. The amount I have to stretch now before I go, like, it's just, I don't know. And then just how random things hurt. It's like, why is that all of a sudden? Why do I have an ache there? It's crazy. And I do, yeah. So my only question is, I can't imagine, like, if I have not, have not been active, don't work out, stuff like that. Like, how bad would it be right now at 40? That's what's crazy to me. Yeah, no. I mean, I work out. What do you think? These things just grow naturally, Dean? Dean? That's like a creatine shake right there, Dean. Here, you can put a straw in, Dean. Take a sip. Oh, come on. Are you not going to film me? You got to be kidding me. Did I just tell somebody on the internet to take a sip from my bicep? I did. I did. That was not on my bingo card today, but you know what? It happens. Still interested in the long. I was on TRT for years, and when I got off. Yeah, I've thought about that, but I did meet up with a men guy a while ago, and he did blood work on me, and he's like, "Nah, your testosterone's fine." Like he could not justify putting subscribing TRT. But I'm kind of tempted because he was like, "Yeah, TRT, like there's definitely trade offs, right? With anything in life, there's definitely trade offs." But he's just like, yeah, you kind of just like will grow muscles. Like you didn't have to try that hard on TRT, and you'll like so old men that like Jeff Bezos totally on TRT. Dude is jacked at his age. Oh, that's TRT, and he's got probably the cleanest of TRT possible. That's depressing to hear. Again, words like that try to avoid because I don't know what's depressing. Okay, come back down. Come back down. Okay, there we go. Let's see. What? All right, I'm in. I did not mean to get that entry point, but I'll take it. It's same general idea. Let's see. Can we get the bounds? Again, this orange line here represents the previous session close. TRT is the bee's knees. Yeah, I like your name, Dented Trading Baboon. That's good stuff right there. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't believe you, Move. I do not believe you. We are approaching the 200 SMA. 73. So I'm going to buy some more down there. That's where the 200 SMA on the 5-minute is at, right down here. What is this action? 5-minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red candles in a row now. This chart has forgotten, or the 5-minute has at least forgotten what green candles even look like. Oh, I got greedy. I should have taken that off as a small loss. All right, hold me to it. This needs to be a small loss. Come on, get closer, get closer. Okay, there we go. About $40 loss. That's the right move here. I can always reposition back down here at the green line. Again, it still may come up, but at this point, there is a lot of downwards pressure. I'll consider that. Asen Barry, you got wrecked. Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that, dude, but it's happened. Okay, that was the glitch I have been talking about. What glitch? Oh, I'm looking at all sorts of stuff. Oh, yeah. That's what I always tell people. It always makes me quiver and be like, oh, yeah, Clay, I understand your strategy from watching the live stream. I'm like, oh, boy. No, am I doing anything that I would ever call rocket science? No. But am I looking at and considering many, many things that I never even really talk about because a lot of it I just take for granted? Yes. By the way, Dean, I'm not saying that you're making the claim you fully understand what you're watching. I'm just saying in general, it always makes me nervous. Be like, oh yeah, I've been watching your live stream. I know your strategy. It's like, Dark Soul. Did I not say 890s earlier? Well, that doesn't really matter though, BVT man. That's the thing. Because you're part of the cult and because your teacher has led you to say this stuff, like you didn't benefit from it, right? Yeah, you called out a level, maybe it hit the level, but did you make any money from it? I don't think so. I made $30. Okay, well, I want to be like you someday where you would say making $30 is getting wrecked. Okay, we are once again approaching, I'll show it real quick on the 5-minute. So 200 SMA is at about 74. Look at this, just all this red. Like, come on now. Is it really going to keep going? You see how you click the screen to enter but wait for the price to pass, then you click buy. I mean, yeah. I was just, yeah. Thank you, Rookie. I agreed. Thanks. Yeah, no, I know what happened. I know what happened. And I do agree. It's hard to explain, which is why I kind of just like, that's close enough. Okay, maybe. Oh, that's the glitch. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, in other words, it wasn't a glitch. It was all agreed. You not go with the trend today. Why? Well, let me ask you this. What's your name? Love Your Life. Okay, Love Your Life. Let's say this yellow line represents 2 trend lines, okay? Well, let's say the price represented by the white line has been doing this. Okay, now the price is right here. So hopefully we can see it is a very clear uptrend. My question to you, Love Your Life, would be, what are you doing right here? You getting long or short? Again, it is an uptrend. We are in an uptrend. What are you doing? Long or short right there? In the blue. I guess I'll open it up to everybody. Please don't troll. Don't troll. What do you mean? Wait. Love Your Life. What do you mean short? Why are you going against the trend? I don't get it, Love Your Life. Why are you going against the trend? It's an uptrend. Why are you going against it? Yeah, I know you agree, but why are you going against the trend? You're shorting. Is it possible that you're saying, well, Clay, things can be in uptrends, but still have opportunities from the short side? Yeah, so good. Thank you. Thank you for just going with it. Too many people are like, oh, he got me. And then they just say, well, I'm going to go long right there. Out of pure spite, out of pure ego to not admit, oh, I see the point he's making. But thank you, Love Your Life. That was not you. Thank you for just answering that honestly. Because if you're saying long there, we have one of two things. Your ego is in charge because you don't want to admit I sort of just proved a point to you. Or 2, you have terrible pattern recognition. And if that's the case, you definitely should not be trading. Like even right now, if you're looking at this and like, well, why would you go short there? I don't think trading is for you, because part of trading is recognizing patterns and stuff like that. Again, this is what it looked like. Dean, the obvious answer is go short. That is the obvious answer. And if it is not obvious, like I said, there's one of two things. The person is either digging in and just saying something else because they don't want to acknowledge the point that I've proven to them, or else their pattern recognition is, quite frankly, very bad. I feel like time frames is one of the hard. Yeah, multiple time frame analysis, not easy. That takes practice. Okay, Dean, what I just mapped out there, the answer there was go short. That was the answer. Which then leads to my point. Yes, something you could go, there are opportunities within a trend that actually make really good sense. So yes, you're technically going against the trend in a sense, but they actually make really good sense. But again, that is just one of those things where people, just the cliche sayings that don't actually mean anything, right? Buy low, sell high, buy the dip, go with the trend. Why are you going against the trend? It's like, trading is a little bit more nuanced than that. We don't like seeing you get angry. I know. I'm angry all the time, though. I'm like the Hulk. What's the secret? I can't remember that quote from the first Avenger. Something about always being angry. That's me. I am always furious on here. Like, all my emotions are strictly, they're real. They're real. Back inside 15-minute range. I would not consider a trend anymore. All right. Fair enough, Brian. So right there, Brian, I like that. Brian actually knows how to define, for him, his point is not this is a universal rule. He's just saying for him, but I appreciate the fact that he actually knows how to define when something is a trend or not a trend. So fair enough. Clay comes here just to, I'm just trying to cook. I'm just trying to put myself together a beef burrito. That's it. Stop it, Philly. I mean, that question was contradictory because it's going up, but I am curious. Well, now that this line is the topic at hand, how come you don't go short? It might keep going. What line? Just because something's going up doesn't mean it's an uptrend. Just because something's going down doesn't mean that it's a downtrend. It could, though. Wait, what? Yeah, I know. There's a lot of it depends in trading. No, that's BVT. BVT would be making the spaghetti-o. So I think, pretty sure what I'll do, if the price comes back down here, look for a long around these areas, and I can just put a stop down below, try to hide below the 200 SMA. You get a nice little risk profile there. If it comes down there, now whether or not it comes down there, that's the question, but that's what I'm thinking right now broadly. Look for a long at the green line. Looking for a long at the green line. Trying to make myself a spaghetti burrito. Now you're hungry? That's because you're American. Well, I guess that would probably make you Italian. Okay. In Italy, do they have SpaghettiOs? I'm very curious about this. The things you grow you curious with when you're trying not to force a trade are kind of crazy. In Italy, do they have SpaghettiOs? You won't find the canned, microwavable American SpaghettiOs in an Italian grocery store shelves. No. Okay, well. BVT, man, do not move to Italy, brother. Do not move to Italy. The trend of the market was going down. Well, what market? Again, it's nuanced. The trend of the market was going down. What on what market? The 5-minute time frame, the daily market, the 15-second time frame. What market was going down? That's what I mean. Trading is very, very, very nuanced. Kevin, you should consider the mentorship. I think you'd benefit from it, brother. Of course you're going to say that. You just want me to buy. I know I have 0 legs to stand on. I realize you can throw that in my face. Fair enough. But it doesn't take away from the truth that I really do think you'd benefit from it. It's not going down. Yeah, exactly. On the monthly time. Well, I guess I don't even know what the monthly looks like. But I can imagine that on the monthly, like a lot of us, at any moment over the past few weeks, if we've gone short, we have gone against the trend. Well, I'm not well, Clay, I don't care about the monthly. How would you? That's my point. Yes, you're all counter trend trading at some point. Because I'm pretty sure all of you have made a trade short within the past few weeks. And if so, then you went against the trend on the monthly chart, you dirt bag. Hey, it's juicing Spur Quant, brother. You dirtbag. He's the biggest dirtbag that's been here. I'm pretty sure Juicing Super Quan has been here before under another name. Am I right? Have I banned you before? I will not ban you again because you seem to have turned over a new leaf. But be honest, have I banned you before? Again, I'm not going to ban you again because you've brought a different vibe. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, brother. Okay, you have to type this though. Juicing super quant. You have to type Doc Soul. Type that in, and then you can stay. That'll prove that you're not a troll. Because only a true brother will type out Doc Soul. Alright, I might try a short here. This is with the target down around here, but I don't want to out-fancy myself either. Finally did get a green candle. I guess this is not new, but like over on the 5-minute, did finally get the green after about 40 minutes of pure red. Uh-oh, he's gone silent. He's not going to type it. He's not going to type Doc Soul. If I got banned, I want to come back too. Well, I mean, it takes quite a bit to get banned. So, Keith, you'll be all right. There we go. Thank you, Juicing. Good attempt. I was just curious. The spellings are of a lot of variety. So thank you. I appreciate it. He is truly one of my brothers. Because non-brothers would be like, this is weird. See? John 247, he's a true brother. This is cringe. Good. Let me crack your back with some cringe. Look at Mac trade, see? Hey, it's open for interpretation. You spell it however you hear it. None of us, as far as I'm aware, none of us are Mongolian, so that's okay. All right, I gotta get serious. Okay, quiet. Stop talking to me. Okay, looking for a long down here. I'm looking for a fake break off but a bounce up off of the 200 SMA and the 5-minute. So this certainly looks random here on the 2-minute, but this is that 200 SMA on the 5-minute. There we go, Philly. Okay, let's see if we can get long here. You're beautiful to me. Do we finally have a break from like early closures? When's the next early closure? Is it Labor Day? If so, we got a couple months now. Finally, no more early closures. Ever since that Juneteenth, ever since that, man, it seems like summer is filled with like early closures because you got the 4th. What was before June? Was that Easter or is there another one besides? I don't know. But do we finally have? When is the next market close? That's what I was trying to get at. Is it Labor Day or am I missing one? Do we know? No, because I was making a general point and you got like laser focused on what was it? Quantum physics doesn't talk about square circles as if like, well, I understand that nowhere in a quantum physics book is the term square circles going to be. Like that's not the point I was actually saying. So given you seem to not get the point that I was saying, I need to put you in. You need to go on a little vacation. You have Easter, Memorial Day. Oh yeah, Memorial Day was there. Yeah, exactly. Still tomorrow. But when is the next one? Is it Labor Day? Okay, next one is okay. So we got until September 7th. No, I definitely do. I reject that full heartedly because that's the equivalent of saying square circles, ace trades. That's my point. So we definitely do not agree with that nonsense because it's by definition nonsense. Oh, that is just a fact. Okay, I'm sure it is. Uh huh. Last I checked, it was the theory of quantum physics, but I must have missed when all that stuff became fact. All right, well, I want down here, but as of now, it's bouncing. Again, it's not about me learning about it. It's you just made the claim that it's a fact. I think we may have different definitions of what a fact is. Okay, here we go. Maybe a short here. It's been rejected up here several times. Okay, I'm in. Take the little scalpy scalp there. Just want a scalpy scalp. That's all. I'm sitting here trying to trade and talk quantum physics with somebody. My brain can only handle so much. Uh-oh, Thomas. I am interested in another short. Yeah, you got a link that says it's a fact. You got a link of those or no? Yeah, exactly, fun uncle. For him to call something within the realm of quantum physics a fact is like the epitome of intellectual dishonesty. Exactly, fun uncle. Exactly. All beliefs, right, yeah. Again, if it, had it been presented as quantum physics suggests that particles, blah, 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 I have no problem with that. Because you said the word suggests. No problem. Yeah, that's what theories are. Theories suggest things. Cool. But to sit here and be like, it's a fact in the world of quantum physics, which is very, very, it's kind of like a lot of sci-fi stuff. Cool. But like to present it as fact, it's just like, yeah. I'm trying to copy you and get a RAM generating computer maybe next month. All right, Sean. But I mean, and by the way, Sean, I'm not saying that you think this, but the what's going on between these two things is way more important than the RAM in your computer. Maybe a short. I'm still bullish. I'm sorry, bearish bias. So 5 minute, you can see, I guess you could kind of see it on the 2 minute too. But this dotted yellow line is the VWAP, so it's struggling. And again, the computer that I have right now was built for me. So like that is why I have 64 gigabytes of RAM. In no way did I'm like, I need that for trading. It just happened to be what the computer was. So just keep that in mind. I am long off VWAP. Where's your stop at, Jay Keith? All right, Thomas, have a good one, my German friend. I just need a new CPU. 950 target. Where's your stop at, brother? I'm guessing 916. That's what my guess is going to be for Jay Keith. Stop of 916. Oh, okay. I was within 3 points. I'm off to bed. 1 a.m. Hey, watch out for the anacondas and the Burmese pythons, man. Unkillable soul over the Indonesia. Yeah, Indonesia, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where you're at. If my memory serves me right. That's crazy. I can't believe you sleep amongst those things. Hey, Jay Keith, let's go, brother. Good call. Well, almost. You said 950. Oh, hit him. Don't you even think about getting that close to not hitting Jay Keith. Yeah, there's definitely. Yeah, I'm confused. I'm reading over here, and if you're being slimy, I guess you can kind of make the point you're trying to make. But I call it slimy because there's definitely no contradiction. There's nothing like, because we were having to talk about contradictions, and then you bring this up as if it's trying to prove something, and it's just like, no. So yeah, that was can they pop into existence? Sure, but because of something else created them. You make it seem as though there is just nothing there, and then all of a sudden, boom, there they are. It's like, well, no, there's something else. They're coming from something else. So that was a pretty slimy maneuver, dude. I know, I see what you did. They can appear and disappear in reactions. As an example, two photons can be created when an electron and a positron annihilate. Okay, so you were making her like there was just nothing there, and then all of a sudden they exist. It's like, well, no, there was I don't know what a positron is, but there was an electron and a positron that were there in existence already. Sneaky, sneaky. Especially when the topic was about contradictions. There's no contradiction there. That makes perfect sense. There was two things. These two things do something, and then something else comes from those. Fair enough. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just doing my quick research. I said, do photons pop into and out of existence? That was my search term. Maybe a short here. I'm watching. I'll take a long off a 950. All right, no. Yeah, yeah. I'd probably be more so down here for a long. I'm thinking of a short though. Right here, this pink line is a 200 SMA. As of now, it is behaving as if it wants to be resistance. Disappointed though in ace trades. Disappointed. I thought he was better than that. Thought he could be a little bit more intellectually honest within the discussion. First they beat you up, then it turns around. Yeah, I've been there, man. I've been there. All right, I'm going to try a short up here if it wants to come back up. There we go. Looking for a short. The red line stop is the green. Why do I get you were not put on timeout? Man. I should put you on timeout though. That was a very sleazy move. See, that's the thing. Just don't try to argue against logic. Yes, I put you on it once. Once. But you said, why do I get put on timeout again? There has not been an again. It was once. Although there should be again, because what you just tried to pull off there was not exactly the most intellectually honest thing. In the spirit of, hey, let's try to have a productive conversation. I don't know why people. I don't know why folks do like you get back to a corner and then you start to play like little semantics games, and now you're dodging what you just did. Why? Doggone it! All right, well, I don't know if I like this as much now up here as a short. Yo, recovered from being down. Hey, good job, throwaway. Nice recovery, brother. I like the longs at 68%. I'm really burnt out on blowing accounts. Sorry to hear that, Evan. Well, Evan, last time you showed up that what was it, Thursday, and you gave a couple trade plans. Both were worked out very well. You got to keep doing that. Whatever that strategy or whatever you want to keep doing that. I like longs at 60% retrace 5-minute candle. Well, what price level is that, Brian? Very gamballish, so I might have been. All right, fair enough, Ace. If you just misread it and you got it wrong, fair enough. I can accept that. That is intellectual honesty, no problem there. I've done the same thing too, so no harm, no foul in that regard. Very gamble. What plans? Your plans, Kevin? Whose plans you calling gamballish? 722. Cool. And where'd your stop be, Brian? I'm late. Nah. You were okay, wait. No, I'm gonna try a short here. Nope. I want it right where these two lines are kissing. Call this smooch concepts. What's your strategy? Smooching concepts. I'm in. Smooching concepts. Let's see what we can cook up here. No, I'm adding more if it comes down. No, in fact, I don't believe this at all. Okay, added some more. What is this nonsense? Oh boy. Okay. Come on. A little bit more. Oh, don't tease me and get this close and then not drop below it. Come on. 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 Well, I better just get out. That was not a good trade. For the record, let the record show that was not good. Was it totally terrible? No. I mean, when you start small, you give yourself flexibility. You lost $50? Not bad at all, Steve. That sounds like good risk management to me. Not even a bad play. I was looking to short there as well, but wanted to wait for the next candle. Yeah, good job, throwaway trash. Well, in hindsight, oh my goodness. Oh my, I'd be back to green. I think. Maybe not. I'm green still here, but what I meant is those contracts would have been back to green. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that wasn't a great trade, but I'm not gonna. I mean, and to be fair to me, it's playing out. I did not trust that. That seemed a little like smoochy trades. Come on now, you at least are gonna want to back test it most times, and here we pretty much have the back test. Are you at 32 MNQ? I was at 32. Oh yeah, I was. Let's get this back to. Oh man, do I short this now? Promise. Oh, Doc Soul. You lost $50 on 32 contracts? I did? That was a losing trade? Are you sure? I don't think that's true. What was that number at before I took the trade? No, you made $50. It was at 481. You gained 50. There we go. Steve, I think you got your turds twisted. I rewound the tape. And what were your conclusions? Yeah, no, we're good, Ace. If you made a mistake, hey, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club of misunderstanding something. No problem. The only problem becomes if you just start to do mental gymnastics and double down and just not be like, hey, man, I got that. No problem. Welcome to the club. Welcome to, hey, as my gym teacher used to say, Mr. Lyons, if people were perfect, they wouldn't put erasers on the end of pencils. That's always stuck with me. That's probably the only thing I remember from middle school. Mr. Lyons, there's no way he's still alive. Rest his soul. But man, that's so true. So yes, we are good. The eraser business would not be needed if people were perfect. Okay, nope. Steve just says he stands corrected. I went back. You had 32. Yeah. That was not what was up for debate. What was up for debate was if I made or lost money. No, this was elementary school. I think we just call him Mr. Lyons. And for me, elementary was. Did I say? I might have said middle school. I meant elementary school, which was 1st through 5th grade. Were you one of the kids? Yeah, I was, because I didn't need the eraser because I'm perfect. I'm like, what is this eraser for? I'll never need this. Yeah, it's true. He might, yeah. He's probably running a marathon right now, for all I know. Jay Keith, don't look at those numbers. Don't look at those numbers. Don't. Because now you're going to be like, the trade is going to say, brother, get out. And you're like, but I want that 57 more dollars. Stop, please, Jay Keith. I love you, brother. Don't look at numbers like that. That's got nothing but not good. Has he heard of a pen? I think he might talk about whiteout. I think within his setup, he might just then talk about whiteout. Whiteout wouldn't be needed if everybody was perfect. Yeah, his wife just said number 14 true. My teacher said only the person making no mistakes is, yeah, that's a good saying too. It's like for any of you baseball fans out here, one day we had somebody from Dominican Republic, and he was like, what? So Luis Polonia, one of my first jobs was a bat boy for the Toledo Mud Hens. Toledo Mud Hens are the AAA team for the Detroit Tigers. And I grew up in like the Toledo suburbs. So one of my first jobs was a bat boy for them. So you're basically hanging out with professional athletes for the most part. Anyways, part of our job was shagging, during batting practice, you'd go out there and, shag balls, all that. So one day me and my buddy were hanging out with Luis Polonia, just talking to him, and my buddy goes, have you ever dropped a fly ball? And he looked at my buddy and goes, you know who's never dropped a fly ball? And we're like, who? The guy that never plays. I was like, dang, that's some wisdom. So that's another one of those lines that has always stuck with me. Which is why I completely reject the premise and why it would trigger me. If somebody shows up here, talks smack to me or any of you, now I don't think they'd ever admit this, but they're talking smack. And they're like, oh, so you've day traded? No, never done it. Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of easy to be a good trader and a flawless trader and never had any losing trades, blah, 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 when you've never actually day traded. I repaired fitness equipment for a few years for the feeling. Cool. Very cool. I lived in Columbus for a long time. Well, not a long time, but I graduated from Ohio State. So, yeah, I love Columbus, Ohio. Great city. Great city. I mean, I still remember it all. I mean, such good memories. And that was back before online streaming took over everything. So we were telling, my wife and I were telling our kids, when we were their age, it was truly an event. It was, vacation's not a totally strong enough word, but it was an event. Movie XYZ just came out. We're going to the theaters. And you'd have to get there early. You'd wait in line. It was the thing to do. And I miss those days. My kid, it's not the same anymore. Give me a 5. Who remembers those days? We're like, going to a movie was an event because there is no other way to see this movie. You didn't have a bunch of other choices like XYZ movie. Like, that's why movie stars, I think the era of the movie stars is dead, right? Like, man, a Tom Hanks movie's coming out. Tom Cruise movies coming out. Brad, just all the big movie stars, right? Yeah, exactly. Had to get there early. So, anyways, I still remember going to Easton or Polaris Parkway to see Wedding Crashers. Like, I remember that being an event. Wedding Crashers. Hey, what do you guys want to do? Hey, let's go. Not, oh, well, we'll just wait for it to come out on streaming, or hey, we have 8,000 other movies we can choose from streaming. No, man, let's go see Wedding Crashers. Yeah, like a new Adam Sandler movie. Yeah, exactly. It's just, now, to be fair, like everything, there's trade-offs. It is very convenient to have, but it's just some of those things like my kids will never experience. Yeah, midnight. Just good stuff. Yeah, and then nobody will experience. This is something that is completely gone. The adrenaline rush. You go to Blockbuster, you see the wall because this movie just came out and it's got 50 copies, and you see the cover. But for those of you that know from my generation, there's still a problem here. Just because at Blockbuster you see all these, covers, there's still a big unknown. What is that unknown? Well, well, crap. I hope when I look behind what I see, there's actually the tape right there. So talk about cracking walnuts. You're walking up there. Are there any copies? And you got to start flipping behind. And sometimes, again, my kids will never have to deal with the emotional destruction of it's all rented out. There are no copies. Even though it looks like there's a bunch of them, there's nothing. Give me a 5. Who remembers those? Going to Blockbuster and you know that there's still a problem. Just because you see a bunch of covers doesn't mean that there's anything below it. I mean, that taught, I think that taught trading right there, right? That taught the first step of emotional resilience, which kids now, they don't experience. They just can't experience that. Oh, no, I always rewound. I mean, I still also remember the day of, I mean, we had Netflix. Netflix was new when I was in college, so, my roommates, but man, Netflix, you still have to put the movies in the queue. Come on. What do you mean you can't send it out until 2 weeks from now? And then those red envelopes would show up. Oh, man. But I wouldn't say there was nothing more character building. In fact, I'm going back to school. I'm gonna get my sociology PhD, and my thesis is gonna be the reason why generations are weak is because they didn't experience the blockbuster effect. And then what is the blockbuster effect? Where your hopes are up because you see, oh man, they got 50 copies of this movie, and then you go and you flip, and behind none of them is the movie, and you walk out either empty-handed or with a movie you didn't actually want. But that built mental resilience. By the time I got the disc in the mail, they were pretty good. Netflix was pretty fast, wasn't that? I guess I don't remember. Or oh yeah, so even that. Like you think it's game over, and then all of a sudden somebody shows up and returns the copy you want. Talk about like an immediate turn of emotions. Just, man. I still have, okay, Spartacus, I'll try to keep my mouth shut, brother. I think next time, like one of the younger trolls shows up, I'm just gonna be like, see everybody, this is the results of this is the blockbuster effect. This dude does not know how to regulate their emotions because they didn't. So I need to have more pity. I need to have more pity on the people that show up as emotional wrecks that are younger, because I get it. They didn't experience the blockbuster effect. Exactly. Sean's out here getting out his dog sled. Sean's only got 7 toes left because of frostbite, because he had to get that tape back because he didn't want those late fees. That's resilience right there. All right, gonna try a long here, see if we can get a bit of a bounce. Can I am long? I never did a whole lot of the video game thing. I don't know why that was. I had a video game system, but I don't know if that was. My parents were never huge into video games. Maybe that was, yeah. But same general thing. I can imagine that from the video game. Like you want to try a new one, and is it there or not? Come on, bounce, brother. Come on. Come on up. If you were to look at the 5-minute right now, we're sitting right atop that 21 EMA. Let's see if it can deliver for me. I know I already had the Scalpy Scalp available to me, but I was ideally wanting more than that. Come on. Come on, brother. Come on. Push. There you go. Can I get some more? Can I get some more or no? Come on. Oh. Come on. Curl, brother. Ugh. Ugh. I really don't feel like sitting here for the next 20 minutes seeing if this thing wants to consolidate out to go in my favor or not. Again, it technically hasn't done anything wrong, but hey, elevated life. Whatever. What a dirtbag. Well, okay. I really still do like it though. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up there. Get above that blue line. Ugh. It's right here at these 2 moving averages. That's where I'm trying not to. I really don't want to stop out right when it's at these levels. I'm trying to give it a chance. Come on. All right. There's my mental stop. If it goes below that crosshair, I got to get out. So mental stop. I'll watch. So this thing's either bouncing or not, and if it doesn't, then 15. Right at it. Two. $52. All right, got to get out. All right, well, not how I wanted to end, but what a dirty move. I guess in hindsight, I should have just taken the scalpy scalp, huh? It is what it is. All right, well, you know what? Today has been, I don't know what to explain today, but it's been something. I guess I got a case of the Mondays. But anyways, if you appreciate, if you enjoy the live stream, today was all over the place, kind of. Again, if you don't have any reference, I'd encourage you to go back to like the 15-minute mark, and that'll kind of give you more of an idea of the broader context. But either way, if you enjoy and you want to help support the stream, help keep it ad-free, and just flat out help keep the stream going, then code Clay with any of these prop firms. That is case sensitive, so it's got to be all caps. I recommend, I love Take Profit Trader, but I do understand everybody's at different stages of their journey. So any of these prop firms, whatever their promotions currently are, code Clay, again, all caps, will give you that promotion. So you're accomplishing a whole lot. You're saving yourself some money, most importantly. You're helping to keep this stream, which you like, ad-free, and you're just helping to keep it going. So supporting the stream and keeping it ad-free while saving money seems like a good win-win. So that's all I have. Hopefully tomorrow is better. But all things considered, I'm still getting a payout, so that's good. But remind me tomorrow, I got to show the payout because I am still now entering into territory where I'm off stream. So now, hey, maybe I can go try to, but I don't want to do it. I've given my word, and I definitely have not proven that I should be doing it because today was just very messy. So again, remember, got to ask first thing tomorrow, Clay, show me the email that you took that payout. So that'll help hold me accountable. But thank you everybody for being here on your way out. If you could hit that like button, that would be great. And I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because usually I show up early. But latest I'll be here is 11 a.m. But if you do want to know exactly when I do go live, that is where turning on the notification bell can help out with all that. So thank you everybody for being here. Again, hit that like button. Take care. Code Clay. See everybody back tomorrow.